a human being. I am an animal. Cold-blooded. It's time. Jason Ellis. It's the Jason Ellis Show!
Viking, Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Knight, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, a scintillating bloodbath of hellacious fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome!
Radio.
I love you. You are so dear to me. I love you. You are so pretty.
There's a toenail with a dick on it.
It's the Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Michael Tully.
The United States of fuck you.
Andrew Groos.
It all made sense to me.
Kevin Kraft.
I might be better suited for the future.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Jason Ellis.
House is blowing up.
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Baby, baby, keep your mouth shut. Baby, 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 a tiger beat my butt.
Hey.
I don't know. That sound right? Feel funny, man. That sounds weird, right? Sound like a robot-y tin thing, yeah?
What about fucking not at all, anywhere, or anything? What about that? What about this?
Much better.
I gave it a quick yelp while setting up the studio today. It sounded like it usually does.
You yelped the studio?
What's up?
You yelped the studio?
A little bit. Make a noise.
What score did
to
you
make
give
sure
it?
it's still 4.5.
Yeah. Well, fucking
Sebastian Bach gave the studio a yelp.
shit happens. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, good luck finding that.
Man, to have a fraction of that guy's energy. My goodness.
Anyway.
What?
Well, you're not going to say anything. I'm trying to find, somebody do something.
I don't know what you're doing.
I thought you want me to play Sebastian Bach, so I'm trying to find it.
Oh,
and the show's not working, so you guys say something. I'm button searching for...
Oh, I didn't even... of course you would already have it realized. I forgot that would already be in there.
Yeah!
Let's fucking get some fucking red wine right fucking now! Let's fucking go! Of course I know a place. There he is.
Almost happened.
There's that energy I want.
Probably a good thing that it didn't happen.
Oh, it didn't?
No, it got, he had a car that was going to drive him, and the car wouldn't, take him to a place where he knows where to get the wine and then take him home. It was just one ride only, so he was like, it's probably for the best. I'm like, I totally agree, because, I'm going to the gym in the morning and shit, and I think it was going to be heavy. I think I was going to get an Uber home.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to the gym this morning.
He is ready to go on the road, though.
Yes,
He's
he
going
is.
to go on tour.
He is going to be performing the first Skid Row album track for track in its entirety to celebrate the 30th anniversary of that landmark. Yeah, time flies. Of that landmark album. And I know he reached out to the rest of Skid Row, with whom he is on very frosty terms. And I think maybe only one of them even bothered to decline. The rest of them are just ignoring him. But the drummer, Rob Affuso, who's been out of the band for years himself, is actually going out, at least for part of it, with Sebastian Bach. So 2/5 of Skid Row will be performing Skid Row, the album.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Why don't people weren't they not talking to each other?
Well, I think there's just a big personality clash. I think you can get into the details of what exactly Sebastian, I know, very frequently has brought up songwriting royalties.
Okay.
Yeah, the guitar player and the bassist wrote songs. Sebastian feels very strongly that the vocal contributions that he made to the songs because they'd recorded the big hits with another singer before he came along, and they weren't as good, obviously. And he feels like the flourishes that he added were substantial enough to warrant songwriting credit and therefore songwriting royalties.
That's fair. I mean, he is Skid Row.
Well, but that doesn't necessarily get you songwriting credit.
That's fair too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought his name was Skid.
Did you?
Last name
Me too.
Rowe.
Me too.
There was a guy in another
Like
band that came after
what's
them.
Telly's friend? Fucking what's his name? That goes on the Telly show all the time. Fucking
Skid?
no, he's
Sugar.
yeah,
Ray?
Sugar Ray.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
there really was
Mark
a metal.
McGrath,
there was a
sorry.
metal dude who came
Mark
after.
McGrath was called Sugar Ray, like
yeah,
to
people-
his face many times, right?
I think any
Yeah, I think I
band.
bummed him out.
Yeah, any band that has.
Fair enough. It's not his
that-
fucking name.
Yeah. Hootie gets called Hootie.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just kind of a
wow.
thing.
Didn't even.
Yeah.
I mean,
They just
You-
played the
you
bowl
might have
last
just-
night.
Believe it or not his name.
that just dawned on me right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, at
cool.
least people, I think, push comes to shove, most of them could name. Most people call him Sugar Ray could name Mark McGrath if they really thought about it. I don't know how many people have Darius Rucker sitting there ready to go to replace Hootie.
Well, in Society's defense, he did name the band Hootie and the Blowfish. You could
I mean, Crow
make
Cop's
the
not
mistake.
Crow or Cop,
That's right.
and that's his name. They just call him that. It's written there when he fights. Who the hell is that guy really? How do you like your weed beer that I got you from Absolute Extracts?
I mean,
I love I get weed from Mike Catherwood. Like
he's,
Mike
he's a
Catherwood,
sweet dealer.
Yeah, Mike Catherwood, the sober guy, gives me cases of what is it? Like it's not beer, but it's got-
Lagunitas.
I like it because
Hi-Fi
it
hops.
tastes kind of tastes. You know how remember Michael, you gave me
The hop water, hop
the
soda.
hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little stronger.
Mhm.
But it's hard for me if I say that it doesn't because it's 5% THC and 5.5 CBD.
Okay, but no alcohol.
No alcohol. Yeah.
May I see a bottle of it?
Yeah, you legally can't mix alcohol and THC yet in
Right.
California. I went to a dispensary and they had weed wine, like a bottle behind the counter. I was
Yes.
like, "Fuck, want that?"
Why can't you just smoke a doobie and have a glass of wine? You realize that the weed wine. I don't want to do it.
Because
It's fucking
it's
have
fun.
it. Have it. Well, you
fun.
got a weed wine, right? Like what? Why not? Yeah.
I love it.
Like,
Look, as a
what about
kid-
garlic bread? But instead of garlic bread, hash garlic bread,
Oh, awesome.
right?
Love it.
Think about it.
This is what I've been saying.
We're living in the wonderland that I imagined as a teenager. So while that's not as
Yeah.
exciting to me as it was when I was a teenager, I feel like I owe it to my younger self to kind of partake.
As somebody
So-
No,
who
you should
always loved
definitely do
cocaine
it.
and meatballs, I'm still waiting for somebody to invent the cocaine meatball.
Oh, you should come over for dinner on
Fucking
tomorrow.
stupid.
No.
Wasn't that your nickname in college, Tolly?
Nobody's
The
doing
cocaine meatball.
Nobody's doing cocaine meatballs. Nobody's doing cocaine and then eating a meatball. Have you ever
No.
done cocaine and then you go, oh shit, I didn't eat, and then you got to eat till you don't die because you got to go out?
Yeah,
And you're
for
like-
sure.
It's not going to even go in.
No, I
I don't
know.
even know how it goes in. I feel like I'm eating a fucking phone book.
Yeah, it feels like food all of a sudden doesn't seem like it
Yeah,
belongs
my
in your
body's
mouth
like,
at
no,
all.
dude, trust me, you don't need that.
You can keep rolling that around with your tongue all you want. You're gonna spit it out, dude.
Hey,
Yeah,
Will,
your
do you
throat's
wanna-
like, I'm not swallowing
you want
that.
to come in here and touch my nipples?
Do I want to?
I just wanted to say that. You should come in, though, because we like you. Will's cool.
And
Unless you're working and busy, like interviewing
I
stuff.
don't
Having
have,
Sebastian Bach come on the show 5 minutes after the show ends.
if I come in there,
Convenient.
would I have to touch your nipples?
Nah, just come in, man.
Okay.
You're cool, bro.
When I went to purchase that weed wine at the dispensary, the
Wait, you actually
bud
bought it?
tender
Okay.
told me, she was like, if you have any wine at home, you might want to just buy like a dropper of THC droplets and just drop it in your own wine.
Told ya. What did I say? What did I say?
Hey, baby.
Come on, man. It's obvious. They can't. It's like you can't.
Yeah, because they actually they make the wine and then they process it to remove the alcohol and then they put THC into it.
The only one I'm cool with is Adam Carolla's thing because it's alcohol with more alcohol in it.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
It's fortified wine, the Mangria.
Wilson!
And
Plus, I get the spin so easy when I cross the streams
no.
with like
Yeah.
alcohol and weed.
More than anything, I just I would prefer if I used marijuana to give it a pretty a pretty heavy head start on everything else. Okay, like I can see cracking a beer and smoking weed, but ultimately I'm trying to enjoy both at the same time. Food in particular, I really want to be high before I start eating food. I read an article that was with a straight face swore that the next frontier in high cuisine is that well, no pun intended, is that we're all going to be eating all this fancy weed food. And I'm like, why would I eat all the food and then get high? That is so dumb.
Well, I know everybody gets that munchy thing, but if you do weed consistently, then it doesn't do that as much.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
Come on, yeah.
just make the fucking food. Why do you have to add something that you know doesn't?
Or
marijuana, when you add it, has never. The only thing it's ever done is you go, okay, this one tastes barely like marijuana, and that's why it's good.
And I like the taste and the smell of
Me too,
of
but
nice weed.
when it's in
just
your
not
food and
not
in
in
your
a
drink,
food way.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
I
this
would
hop
never,
thing is good, because it doesn't taste like weed. It tastes
believe
like
that.
I'm kind of having like the
hop water. That I could see because hops and weed are actually pretty similar.
It's
This makes
kinda-
more sense to
it's
me
a-
than anything else you guys
It's
have
like a
brought up so
beer.
far.
It's like I don't know, if you're somebody who is trying to not drink and not trying to consume alcohol, but it's okay with marijuana. You could have a couple of those with the barbecue instead of a couple of beers. I don't know.
I don't
Do whatever.
I get that. I totally get that. I get.
I don't drink, but man, having some red wine with a steak, it really, really works.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, it's like because that's
Yeah.
like murderers. That's a murderer's row of dining.
That's why
That's
I
what
really.
that's your protein, death, blood, maximum vampire.
Yeah.
You sleep good and you get up and you energize because that's
Yeah.
what we are, Will. We're murderers. Make no mistake.
Right.
People are like, that's not true. You got grass teeth. Bullshit. Look at these ones.
Yeah.
I'll fucking kill you.
I know a really awesome place that'll cook you this really amazing steak and then stick it in a bucket of red wine for about 15 minutes.
Ooh.
So you get the steak wine.
Ooh. Wait, are you being
Wait,
sarcastic?
Yeah,
you
totally. It'd be the
drink?
stupidest fucking thing you could ever do.
Oh, okay.
Because they're very
I was gonna-
enjoyable
I was gonna have some.
by their own
Oh,
separately.
I see what
Oh,
you're-
okay.
yeah.
All
But
right.
dude,
I was just
because you
Shit,
can think of
man.
examples of things.
I would have
that-
gone with that dude that bounced the salt off his elbow, so I don't know shit.
for
Yeah, why
every-
enjoy your Reese's cup? Why don't you just get a bar of chocolate and then finish
Yeah.
it?
Because
and
they
then scoop
are-
some peanut butter in your
because they taste better together than they do separately.
Okay, look,
It's not that
for
complicated.
everything that you can name that
Yeah.
doesn't go together, I can
Uh-huh.
name things that do go together. So it's just a matter of preference.
I'm gonna need like a bouncy pad mat or something, because I just want to move and the floor is rickety. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It does make a farting
can't do
noise
that.
when
You can't do
step
that in
on
it. You can't-
certain spots.
I want a new studio.
mouth.
Tell
I'm
who's
sick
my
of this
new
place.
friend? What's my best friend, the owner of SiriusXM?
Jim Meyer.
Is that no?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jim,
No, yeah.
Jim.
Jim is my friend. Yep.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell him though.
It's really, obviously it would be nice to go home and
Cut that out with a jigsaw or what is it called, an angle grinder, and then replace that
You
with
want a
some
jigsaw, I think. It's
some spongy stuff,
I
and
think
then
it's a jigsaw.
I could do the radio, and every now and then I could leap very high, and the guests would be very intimidated by my hops.
While we're at it, I can install a trap door on one of the guest seats.
Ooh!
So if anybody
Just
ever
eject
sucks,
them into the bottom floor.
yeah, push a button and they just fall to their death.
Just push them over to some other show. Sorry, Will, you were saying?
I don't remember. No, I was saying that I would love to go home and watch, a nature show and lions eating zebras and stuff with, being a little high.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Why not?
Another
Oh, okay,
thing that I miss, though, is I am that guy who likes the business of it. You
The
know?
business of
Like all the
Murder?
stuff. No, like weed. Like having,
rolling
like,
it and grinding it and
a
stuff, all the
bong
things.
and a roller and different types of paper.
I know. That's
and-
the only
Rituals
reason-
are fun. Rituals are fun.
That's the
Yeah.
only reason I want to go on Doug with High, because he just has all that shit on the table, and that's all you do is just you work all the instruments.
Yeah, like grind.
He has
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, then
Well,
it-
Doug's has
Getting Doug with
invited
High,
me.
sorry.
I've been on Doug Loves Movies like 5 or 6 times now.
Yeah.
Never once been invited on Getting Doug with High.
Oh.
And I'm sure you could tell that would be a train wreck.
Yeah, you and I should go on together.
Because I'm a one-hit wonder now.
Oh, which is why you should go, and we
I
should
know.
just get full blaze, and I should freak the shit out of you the whole time.
And
I'd be so into that.
I mean, if you ever invited me, I could never turn that down.
Yeah.
But it would it would be so awkward.
Will, you
you
can't
curl
do
up in a ball.
I'd just be sitting there sweating, like, oh,
But they,
I'm gonna die one day.
when I was a kid, they didn't have grinders and machine, all this weird shit that you can get now, and
It is a point. You know what? For fucking 15 years, I either did the weed breakdown with my fingers,
Of course.
which I had it all in my nails and shit. My fingers were sticky.
Right.
Or I walked around with fucking scissors. Who's got scissors? Mum scissors, weird ass dress scissors, whatever the crap you would find.
Yeah.
Cut my fingers open several times trying to use like a knife to get things in half.
Yeah, my buddy carried around 2 sets of tweezers.
Yeah.
what? No. What's the-
Man, that is desperate.
He was a nerd.
forceps or whatever. That's all.
Yeah,
we
you're
have.
right. They do have way more stuff now.
That's
Everybody's
so much,
Yeah.
and now also you don't have to go to a trailer park and meet a guy that's a motorcycle
Yeah.
enthusiast and buy stuff. It's just right there on the corner.
The biggest leap to me was one time I was in a sushi restaurant in LA with Danny Way, and Danny Way was hitting the pen, and I go, "Wait, you smoke tobacco, dude?" He's like, "Dude, hit the shit." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And then I had a rip of this little black pen, and I blew it out, and I was like, "You have got to be shitting me!" And he's sitting there with the biggest shit-eating grin, like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Wow, we don't even talk about
Nobody even knew what it was then.
Amsterdam. Remember how big it was to
I got to-
people talked about Amsterdam.
I got to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I got to do that as a 20, maybe 19. Yeah, when I was 19, I got to go there and fly out of the train station, like fucking skating down the road straight to the thing, like a maniac with these other dudes. We're like, "Look at some of these, look at some of these," and Ellis, look at this menu. And I'm like, "Whoa, there's a menu!" And I'm like, "Can I see this?" And then they bring it over. I'm like, "Dude, they're totally bringing it over." People feel just amateur hour everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody vomiting because they drank and smoked weed at 100 mile an hour.
It crept up on us, so we haven't noticed. But we live in Amsterdam now.
Yeah, well,
It's insane.
it's weird because we do have the same. You can get it anywhere, but Amsterdam, everybody in that area was a moron tourist, so it was actually kind of shitty unless you were young and stupid, because everybody there is young and stupid and over the top high.
Right.
Like there's stores everywhere in Los Angeles, but I've never seen anybody stumbling out like, "Whoa, I'm fucking wasted."
No, that's
Nobody
the
ever
difference.
does that here.
That's the difference between California and Amsterdam. Is Amsterdam, you buy the weed at like lounges. So after you buy it, you sit down and you just start smoking. Here, you have to take it and go home. There's
Well,
no
I think
like.
the bigger difference was just that people couldn't handle being in Candyland, and everybody completely overdid it.
right.
Yeah,
I
that's,
mean, and you are on vacation, Michael. Like,
Yeah.
it's sort of like, what do people look like when they go to Cabo? I
Yeah.
mean, there's a giant percentage of people in Cabo that are
Yeah.
not as dumb as you think. This is just them cutting loose.
Yeah. And they went out of their way. It wasn't easy to get there, so you had to be pretty dedicated. You didn't go there to smoke 2 hits.
Right.
No, you've been hearing about it. You've been on planes. Yes, like everybody
Yeah.
that we were running to the store, and I was in utter. It was like space cake. I'm like, "Oh, space cake. I don't know." Just
I like space.
Everything. I didn't even know what that meant. I thought that meant that it had weed in it.
Well, and also, haven't we heard a little bit about Denver having a little bit of issues with shenanigans from weed tourism, and that's without any legal mushrooms, and that's without legal prostitution?
I don't know. I don't know about that. But I just know that was such a crazy thought that it was like weed Disneyland over Amsterdam. And now, I mean, it really is kind of like that here. And yeah, you are supposed to go home and smoke it, but I mean, dude, you walk down the street everywhere in Hollywood, it smells like weed.
It's truly a great time to be alive.
yeah.
I mean, what about those pills that make your dick way bigger?
What if
I don't know about them, but I mean, what is it called? Extends or something? I heard that make your dick way bigger. That's pretty crazy. I mean, and then somebody said, I don't, because I'm too far gone, I'm too bold, but I could have taken some shit, and it doesn't, and I won't go bald like that dude that hung out with those 2 twin no neck ladies on the TV show. Handsome guy.
Oh,
go deep?
Okay. Wait, hold
Neck
on.
Twins.
Saget ain't
not The Shining.
bald. It's not Stamos.
Yes, it
It's
is.
Not, is it?
Yeah, Stamos
Oh,
tended to his hair
Olsen twins.
before he
Yeah.
went bald. He got on that shit, and that's why he tells.
Wow.
He doesn't understand why anybody would be bald.
Oh no, shit! I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Now imagine this. Imagine that beef was always illegal, but you grew up and you knew a guy who had a cow, and then later on in life you've become a vegetarian. In fact, it's impossible for you to eat meat. But now There are steak restaurants everywhere.
I might be wrong. I think I'm talking about Rob Lowe.
No, that sounds. Yeah, I could see how you'd mix the two up. Yeah.
Very handsome guys. Old.
They are,
Old.
really. Yeah, undeniable.
Still handsome.
Rob Lowe does some wild commercials, man.
Yes.
Does he have a gambling problem or something?
I would prefer if he was Iron Man.
I wouldn't say no to Rob Lowe's Iron Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a step down for the prestige of the franchise, let's be honest, but...
Rob Lowe also did that,
He's so handsome.
haunted stuff show with his kids.
He does
has children.
He does chocolate milk commercials. No, he does like Slim Fast ads. I Instagram storied one the other day because it's just ridiculous. He's like, when they told me they were making a chocolate shake, I was like, I love chocolate shake, so don't fuck me here. But then I was like, holy fucking shit, that's an amazing fucking chocolate shake. Like they didn't have to pay him to do it. It was ridiculous.
Wait, he said fucking?
No. But it was very he does Atkins ads for Atkins chocolate shakes.
He's got great hair.
He does.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Things you can do now is absolutely amazing.
It is true. There's never been a better time to be alive if you know how to like navigate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's all sorts of pitfalls, but if you can figure out your way, I feel like our guest who's coming in a little bit later today is a good guy at picking and choosing the sorts of things the modern world has to offer us while, staying away from the fray of the shit that most of us would prefer to avoid.
Technology, man. I mean, yeah, you got the weed and the hair and the extends, but the technology...
Seals can talk.
I got a big hairy stone boner right now.
What's wrong with that?
If you can use it properly, technology can be your friend.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like Instagram, you could be on there reading everybody's negative opinions, or you could be following that chick that does farts.
Yeah.
The super hot chick that does farts, and every time you go on there, you have a giggle, and then you move on. Come on.
You've enriched your life.
Yeah, I enriched people's life. I brought stuff for Wolf Knives Wednesday because I was trying to post a winner. Somebody actually made a video that's really cool, but I have a Bad Grease skateboard, and I have several Bad Grease T-shirts and stickers that are, I don't know what it's called when you're old and then they make your shit again, but it's that Jason Ellis stuff. Yes, fucking, I'm retro.
You're still pro.
Shit. I'm gonna talk to the higher ups at the Tony Hawk ramp and the DC ramp this coming weekend and see if anybody has a key to anything. And I told my wife I'm going down there. I'm gonna learn to do some doovie dackies on my skateboard.
You are Wretch Pro.
Yeah.
You go do some Benihana's?
Just in time because I'm gonna do some doovie dackies on my skateboard. Get my legs under me a little bit, and then I'm off to Colombia to do full-on stem cells everywhere, and then I'll be kind of crippled for a while, but I'll still have my muscle memory of my skateboard thing, and then my legs will be tighter, and I should be even better than I am now, which is insane. Will, God, I'm good.
Maybe you should get a leg transplant.
I mean, if they did it, I would. I was actually saying to my wife, my ankle's kind of sore. I wonder if I bring up that my ankle's still kind of fucked as well, if they could chuck some in there. Why not, Why not?
If you could skate,
No harm, no foul.
If you could skate really, really well with these new legs, but they were super skinny lady legs.
Maybe I'll eat some poo while I'm in Colombia, too.
I wouldn't rule that out.
Drop a couple of poo pills.
You
They have
might
poo there.
accidentally.
If there's who's in Colombia that's got some good shit?
Literally good shit.
Who's a
Juan
Colombian
Valdez.
legend? Who, what?
Juan Valdez.
Is he good?
Monkeys.
He sounds good. Is he good at selling drugs or something? Because I'm not sure who that is.
He's good at selling coffee.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'm sure there's some solid soccer players from there.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see.
See? Some hot.
Shakira.
There you go.
Whoa.
I don't want to yodel. I'm not a yodeling
You
guy.
could use your powers for good.
You're talking about
What, just yodel to fight crime?
buying celebrity shit for your butt,
Athlete
to make your
shit.
stomach better.
No, they're
and-
saying now you maybe missed it because you're vigorously working out Will's news, but it's now been scientifically proven that if you eat a high-level athlete's turds, you too can become a high-level athlete. Your
Wait,
body copies his.
What about Juan Pablo Montoya
Yeah.
to get his racing ability?
Yeah, I'll eat his shit.
So you get back in the car.
He's a race car driver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
that's what I
very
need.
well known.
Wait.
That's what I need because that's my transition out of radio. I become a race car driver.
You're eating
Like that
it?
dude that makes salad.
It's the only way, Will.
It's not a depository.
No, you got to swallow the pill.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not easy. But look, it's not easy to be the champ.
Right.
Right now, they're only making mice eat shit, Will,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just the final stage to human trials.
I'm ready, man.
What about? Do you also take on personality traits? Or
No.
Like,
No.
No, you just get awesomer.
because I know that like some people, you get a heart transplant and then you can turn into a murderer. I've seen that.
That's
on a
not
movie.
true. That's a fucking ridiculous statement. Why would you say that?
Happened on a movie one time.
But
Wait,
what about when
Sophia
Christian Slater got a monkey heart? He was still able to
Vergara?
love.
Oh yeah, you can eat her poop and then just have
Catherwood just
big
texted
fat
us.
tits.
Sophia's. I'll eat
Oh,
her
yeah.
shit. She doesn't even have to give it to me in a pool, in a pill. I will just get on her knees and bend over and crank one into me.
Drink from the fountain.
What is it? Centipede style, yo. It's just human centipede. I'll just go to her house. God damn, I would totally. Nah, man, I don't know if it's humanly possible for me. Yeah, I would. It's so gross. She's so hot. I don't know if that makes me a good athlete though. Just made me hotter. That's cool. Being
I don't
hot is
think
cool.
it works that way.
It doesn't?
No.
I won't have like cool skin and hair and like cool ass and shit.
Mm-mm.
You might have an annoying voice afterwards.
Hey,
Does she
I
have
did
an
a
annoying voice?
Yeah.
Really?
I did a naked
Very
backflip
shrill.
in slow mo this morning, and I didn't know that when you do a naked backflip in slow mo, you throw your dick and balls up in the air. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I imagine there's a
all
lot
in
of
the
bunghole
hips.
shots too.
Yeah, it's all in the
Oh
hips.
man, gotta get the right angle on that one.
Yeah, film that from the
The
side.
asshole, no. Katie filmed it from the front. It's the asshole's funny, but the dick and ball fling by itself is the funniest part.
Centrifugal force.
Yeah, you got to throw some
Yeah.
cartoon sound effects in that.
Oh, so I'm.
Like
I'll edit the video. And it sucks that people get mad about private parts. I mean, it's just private parts.
If they judge it to be artistic, they let it go.
Oh,
what
Will,
about,
I've seen this video. It ain't art.
What about if it's funny? Can't they let that one go as
Yeah,
well?
if I play Benny Hill's bed over it, and then I do it, is that?
I mean, Twitter's still kind of no man's land.
Yeah, I'm in trouble on Twitter.
When I was a kid and Benny Hill played the da-na-na-na-na, it did not distract me from the fact that the women were not wearing shirts.
Did
I
they
know,
show
dude.
full-blown tits on that?
You're not supposed to admit that.
Or was it bras and, like, just
It
convenient
was boobs.
placed?
I think
Yeah,
there
they
were.
didn't have actual nips.
Yeah, they did.
See,
No,
I think
they
that- I think
didn't.
yeah. See, I've looked this up a little
I would
bit.
bet you money on that.
I found clips. I've gone looking for it, and certainly whatever they were showing us in America, because they were both. They weren't always naked. I think it was kind of rare that they were naked. I don't know when they were and when they weren't, because it could be a sexy French maid either way. Just sometimes the nipples were out. But I definitely never saw them nude in America. But I've gone looking for them, and you can find clips at the show where chicks have their tops off. It would be a lot of work for somebody to fake those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. Because my local television station apparently did not screen these things. They would play them. They were on late at night, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Benny Hill would come on, and it was not edited. That's hot.
I know. It's pretty weird that I still get a boner to this song.
Right?
I would go to a Benny Hill strip club. Pavlov's
be
boner,
awesome.
right? And they just played that song, and it
No,
was
you
just
wouldn't.
French maids.
They
and
walk
How long?
cops and
Honestly,
shit.
how long? Come on. You couldn't do that for an hour. No way. If it just did, you had to say, hey, can I get a drink? And they're like, wait, what? You're fucking going insane.
Coming to the stage.
That's why it's just to the intro.
Was Benny? Because I never watched Benny Hill. but was
Hideous
he?
monster. He's a hideous sex
Oh,
monster.
yeah, I know what he looks like. But was it like a Roadrunner Coyote thing, or did he ever get the titties he was chasing?
He got him every
He
night.
got him.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
got him.
And then would he just like honk him and beat off?
He hit some other even older wretchy guy that they'd both like catch him and
Oh, yeah.
grab their titties and shit.
That
Right.
other guy who was even more
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, he
even
was-
more
he was-
creepy,
he
like
was an old guy in a robe.
super old wretchy dude.
He had an accomplice.
Well, and I think
Yeah,
he
who
did.
would
He
like
did.
He
I
would
gotta
help.
look. I gotta look him up.
He would help corner them. And
Yeah, he
Let's
made
see.
Benny Hill look like a handsome man.
See if Benny Hill's homie.
But I feel
shows
like the
any
women
results.
chased him as often as he chased them.
Yeah.
Like he'd done something naughty, so they would follow him around so they could smack him. Yeah, there's nude chicks on Benny Hill.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's just ass.
tits and ass.
No, there was a nipple there. There was one before it too.
Oh, are we gonna see some puss?
Oh, he's beating.
No, I think his wife is beating him for being
rugs.
interested in the
Yeah.
Benny Hill's a pioneer.
Did he ever? Did he ever? He never jacked off, huh?
Not on TV.
No, I
No,
think
he
he
fucked
did.
him.
No, he did make. Wait, did he ever? He never grabbed his crotch.
I don't remember that.
Or did he ever? I think there was things where it hinted towards that, like he was hiding behind something, watching people.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Did he
but
ever
to
do
me-
like a premature ejaculation
No.
in his
No,
pants?
I
Like a
just thought he
girl's
had a bone.
hooters come out and he's like, ooh.
No, he
No.
never did any of that.
No, but he might have an enlarged pants area.
Really? I don't remember that.
I
I
don't
remember
remember that either.
not understanding how offensive lots of sex type crimes really were because of shows like that, because they would portray in my mind a peeping Tom who just got his thrills looking through the window and he
Right.
was happy just to see it, whereas in real life obviously that guy would be jerking off. On a show like that, I thought he was literally just like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see this, and it stayed there.
Right. Huh. Interesting.
That was my take.
Well, a lot of
I
stuff
thought
was...
this take was he was just a walking boner and he was just trying to fuck everybody. That's what I felt, like his face, all the bit, like I felt like it was a different time where I was encouraged to laugh at Benny Hill for wanting to fuck all these hot chicks, whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah, he was like a
Just
human
chasing-
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, he's this disgusting, fat old dude. And he usually had like weird old white crusty undies on, and he's running around with these weird ass areolas, chasing super hot chicks everywhere with his weird crusty old friend that looks like the dude from what's that movie, the Bullshit Artist movie?
Oh, Greasy Strangler?
Yeah, like he looks like a greasy strangler.
Is
He
this
look- he
him,
looks like-
Jackie Wright?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like the old guy on Family Guy.
Yeah.
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 big over underbite.
It
thing.
He's
is
quite
weird.
crusty.
It is weird how much we were taught as kids the way things are supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
Without
Pepe Le
even-
Pew. I'm just thinking about what Pepe Le Pew does. You know, the girl's trying to get away with everything the cat, and he's just baby and smooching on her and holding her and grabbing onto her and not letting her go. And in all the 80s movies, it was always, you're on a date and the girl, I don't know, I don't want to do this. And the guy's like, oh, come on, baby, it'll be all fine.
Yeah. Well, Molly Ringwald has said that about being in the John Hughes movies, that she's really proud of being in them and she loves them in a way. But when she actually sat down and watched them with her daughter, as her daughter became a teenager, it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, the guy's just basically like, I'm going to tell everybody you're a slut. And she's just like, she has to worry about what this guy is just going to make up about her.
And I get that whole, hey, man, we grew up with that stuff and we turned out okay. You know, same thing with like wearing seatbelts. You know, I didn't wear a seatbelt. I stood up in the front seat of the car or I laid down in the back window of the car and slept and I'm alive. But that doesn't mean that's a best practice, you know?
No.
You're not that okay either.
Right. Exactly. Hit my head a lot of times.
No, we're
Yeah,
always
you're
getting...
always chasing ladies around the office trying to honk their hooters.
Luckily, he's not very fast.
Neither was Benny Hill. I think that was the good thing.
And neither was Sloppy. And
You got her.
yeah, my lady friend.
I think I did a. I think maybe it's rigged or something, but I did a thing on Twitter to see if we wanted to do an Ellis Mania 19 at Austin or L.A. or New York.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I
How's that
think-
doing?
It looked like it was Austin.
Interesting.
The last time I
believe it.
checked, it was Austin.
Yeah,
I don't even
absolutely.
understand how the hell that is.
It's
but
a very fun place.
I have always said I believe that the smaller the places that you go, the more people will appreciate it. In New York and L.A., I mean, you know, people have celebrities living next door and they see exciting shit all the time. When I grew up in the backwoods of Alabama, there was nothing around. So if the weatherman from the local TV news came out, he was a celebrity.
is it like being from Melbourne, Australia, and the Bones Brigade comes to town?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
I mean, they've got a lot of cool things going on in Austin, but I'm just saying that I think it's cool to go out of
it
these.
might not be about,
coasts.
because I know we were talking about going there and doing that surf thing and all that stuff. It might not be a bad idea to, if everyone's that into it. I just got to see if Simon Woodstock wants to do that fight, and then we'll have a wrestling fight. Because I just don't know if I have a wrestling match, I got to do that after I fight Simon, right?
I don't know. You know, I don't.
Well, I don't want to be worn out. You want to be fresh
Yeah.
to fight the guy that's trying to knock you out.
I'm going to go ahead and suggest one fight per day.
So no wrestling. I'm just not in the wrestling, or
Right.
no wrestling at Alice Mania 19.
No, just look, you have fathered this thing called Ellis Mania. Why not just take a step back and be like the kingpin of it and control the activities?
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because there's never been a better time to be me at Ellis Mania. I got 2 fights. That's the thing about Ellis Mania is it's cool to have it. Everybody likes it. But if I have a main event where it's like, holy shit, it just makes it way easier. It just sells out faster. Everybody's happier. It's easier for me to do. And I feel like I've got a Simon Woodstock, who's like a old washed-up skateboarder like me. That's a good fight.
It is a good fight.
People will go to that.
Yeah.
But Steve Howie, the only thing it's maybe too good to be true. Maybe he just says that he'll fight anybody and he was joking on the Covino and Rich show because it seems too good to be true. I know he tweeted me that he was into it, but really?
I believe he's into it.
Well, if that's the case, then 2020 with him makes sense, right? There's the Woodstock is trumped easily by Steve Howie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Steve Howie,
Right.
so if that happens, then I don't want to lose this other Simon Woodstock fight. He said he wanted it, and I was like, if you really want it, I'll do it. And I need to knock out another Ellis Mania before 2020. I want Katie to try and run this one to get ready for the big one in 2020 to see if she's up for it because she did the little one in LA. So, but I really want to. You can't. These are the opportunities that you. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm just plodding along having a good time. But when someone goes, "Hey man, I'll fight you," and I'm like, "Wait, you're what? From where?" Everybody would watch that. That's entertainment. And then Steve Howie, I'm like, "Wait, what?" That's more than one reason. One, everybody knows him and they'll watch the fight, so that'll make the show bigger. But he's gigantic. He looks fit as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fight that I want because
Yeah.
like I said to my coach this morning, he's like, "Holy shit, that guy's big as hell," and I'm like, "Yeah, but he's not as like, who do you think would win, him or Kyle Kingsbury?"
Obviously.
Right. So as long as I don't have to fight Kyle Kingsbury or Shane Carwin, I feel, you know what I mean? I feel, because those ones are, maybe I gotta, I don't want to blame anybody because it was more my idea than anybody else's, but the Kyle one was not exactly my idea. And I'm like, yeah, okay, if that's what I think everybody wants, and it was more like somebody suggested that is more what everybody wants because someone told me that you fighting Shane was a really big deal and everybody wanted to see more of that. So if you can find somebody of that stature to fight, I think that would be very entertaining and you would do well there. So that being put in my head made me agree to that fight. And now, looking back at it, thinking that I might have a fight with one of these two guys and my mindset, I'm not going to lie. I'm way more looking forward to this fight because I believe that my chances of winning are way higher and my chances of getting really hurt are way less.
And they're more interesting fights to me, in my opinion.
Right, because it's a fair fight.
Well, it's just people that I would be interested in seeing you fight. It's one guy who's like, no, absolutely, I will kick your ass. And it's another guy who's from a whole different world of things, you know? I think those are two interesting fights.
And if we do it for charity, he's got some weight. We could probably really dump some cash, you know?
Yeah, do something nice. That's awesome.
Taking some phone calls, I guess. 855-Ellis-41. Sean, what's up, man?
What up, man? I think you should wrestle.
Why do you say wrestle? What is that?
That's wrestle.
It's a southern
wrestle.
thing.
I think you should wrestle. I don't.
There's
If I were able to go to it, I'd be more entertained watching that. I think than, frankly, at this point in your life, as a fan, I'm starting to get worried about you getting hurt, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And wrestle is different from like collegiate wrestling. Then you have wrestling, and that's what Hulk Hogan did and all that.
Yeah, but we don't. It's these opportunities. They only come. They don't come very often. For me, this is a chance, a once in a lifetime opportunity to win a fight against somebody who's bigger. I think I can win. I think I can win and not even get hurt. What do you think about that?
You can definitely win, but you can also definitely get your head knocked off of you if he catches.
I know.
I appreciate. I wouldn't want to watch you get hurt.
Yeah, but something could go wrong in the ring. and you could break your neck.
I appreciate it,
No,
dude.
look,
I
I
understand what you're
understand.
trying to say, dude, and I do appreciate it. It's just I made my choice, man. I like, I want to spar people in the next couple of weeks. I don't have a real plan, but if someone says, "Hey, man, you want to do some sparring next Friday?" I'll do it. Guess what? I'm gonna get hit in the head. Even if I win, I'm gonna get hit in the head.
And
I like
it's-
my life. I like doing it like this.
There-
This is how I want to live. If I die or I go punchy, I made my call.
to that caller, that I feel the same way. Get concerned about your health, but
Now, Will always checks me on all this stuff.
on
More than
this,
anybody. So I get it. And I understand everybody's angle. I know the Joe Rogan and everything. I get it. The brain thing, not good idea to get hit.
But this
Goddamn,
is not
dude, I'm not
Kingsbury.
doing a show for people in the corridor. What the fuck?
This is not Kingsbury. This is, these are people that you have, they're good fights,
Yeah.
It's not just like a guy who could possibly kill you with a punch,
Nobody can possibly.
Yeah, they can.
Maybe Shane could, maybe. I don't know. But it's past that. I lived past that.
You did.
I shouldn't box. I should probably, I don't know. I shouldn't eat red meat. What the fuck? You got to pick your battles. And I'm totally okay with the road the path that I walked in. I like it. I like every single part about it, actually. And the bits that I don't like about it work out real good because I like bad things. Bad things are good. It's a good thing for anybody that's having a bad day. If you're having a bad time, if things are really bad and really hard, that's good. It's a good thing. It's good for you. Because in the end, you'll be a little bit stronger and you can enjoy your life a little. You can go deeper into enjoying your life if you got a little bit of toughness about you. So even when bad shit's coming, bad shit is a good thing in a roundabout way because you will be more appreciative down the road. If you only had good shit happen to you all the time, you would never really appreciate it. So I made my choices. I don't do heroin. I don't do bumps. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't have unprotected sex with people that have stuff. These are my battles, and I'm doing those ones. Maybe I smoke too much weed. I like it. It makes me very happy, and I can do all my jobs. I'm not doing any bad jobs. If I do, I seem to have caught it lately, and I'll apologize and try to rectify the situation. Sometimes I do stuff where I'm well aware that this might shorten my life or shorten these things later on, but I don't want to be angry at anybody. I appreciate everybody's concern about it. Just know that I have thought about it for long periods of time, and I'm very, very happy with this. I want to put on a show. I want to do so much fun and entertainment jump stuff. And if you don't want to watch it, great. But if you do and you're having a good time, that's my thing. That's all I care about. My kids, helping people in the gay community because that's a thing that works out for me. If I get hit and I'm like, duh, the next day, man, and you were like, man, I told you so. You did. But I made my call. I feel like at one point I would have died doing a skateboard trick. That's so many years ago. Now I'm here. You gotta be shitting me. Fucking on top of the world. I might get hit in the head. Might, start crying and maybe. I don't know. I feel like if you start sensing that, do I seem like I'm punchy yet?
No. I
always talk
no more
like this.
punchier than when I first met you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Always been here. You might have a point, but I say 50 is where I will consider that point of view.
Hey,
Because I just feel fitter and faster.
You got eyes wide open going in. You've made a decision based on all the facts and what you want to do with your life. I'm cool with that.
We're getting better. I wouldn't fight Shane again. I can tell you that. I'd be like, nah, I probably shouldn't get hit like that again. But I'll fight. I'll spar Eddie and fuck, man. I'll go skateboarding. I could very well lock up. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm old. Do you know how easy it is to hit your head skateboarding? I got a helmet on, but I know that I'm well aware the company that makes that helmet, they also make the same plastic out of dog bowls. I know. I live my life, man. I love the, whoa, he almost ate shit. That's my thing. And if one of them's fucking the one that takes me, fair trade. But I don't think I ever do. I don't just go, man, this is it. I'm not going to live or die. I don't ever. It's just usually, man, there could be a very slim chance that you will be very, very sorry for doing this, Jason. But I think all in all, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the stunt everyone's concerned about. I'm going to do that stunt. Fuck you guys.
Is it the same stunt?
Yeah, I'm just going to do it a different way. I got to practice it and figure out how to do it so it's easy to do. I'm not going to tell anybody. And then when they set it up out the front, I've already done it. So I'll just do it. Everyone will be like, whoa, you think you can do it? I'm like, fuck you. Watch the video that I posted at the fucking Vans ramp, and then watch the video that I post in 2 weeks from now, or maybe even fucking Sunday, of me having more than 2 hours under my belt. I will be completely different, 1,000 times better. I just need time. That's it. And get your legs. You can do anything. I can do it all. Somebody's got to get pumped. Fucking what's up, Wolf Knife? Jon Snow. Jon Snow, you fucking idiot. I like you, man. But remember don't ever get choked out at Ellis Mania again. If someone asks you, you say no. Okay, John?
He didn't ask me, but it's all good.
Wait, he just choked you?
Yeah, because he did it like a few Ellis Manias ago in your hotel room. And he's like, hey, remember that one time? Choke.
Oh, man, you can't do that to a person.
Dude. That's why I unfollowed him for a while. I was so bummed out that he did that.
You gotta always ask permission.
Yeah.
Before you choke
I just
somebody.
don't know
That was
why-
really fucked up of Raw Dog to choke him out like that.
Hey, I just don't think kids should be choking people out.
Right. It's dangerous.
Fuck yeah, it's dangerous. Anyway, John, what's up?
No, you just kind of hit it on the head, man. We all appreciate what you do, and you're the one that created this. We want you to keep doing what you're doing, and I kind of feel the opposite. I feel like there's a lot of stunts that you wanted to do or talked about doing, and they always get shut down. So it's like, there's still more that we want to see, and obviously we care about your health, safety first. But
yeah, I appreciate it, as I said, but I sometimes feel like maybe people might be underestimating me. I'm not gonna just go, okay, let's go, fucking shoot me off it. I will add it up. I will strategically figure out where I will land, and then once I land, I can do the slidey thing because I have all my pads, and then I will work on my landing, and then when I land it, that's enough. Trust me, I know once I get my distance, there's no chance of real bodily harm. It's maybe, oh man, he can't make it for 15 minutes, and oh man, I'm sore after that, but it's not. Miss the ramp, miss the landing. You know what I mean? Woo, winner. And it's not going to be. I will not do that. I'm not that crazy.
yeah, we know you know what you're doing, man. Just keep doing it, man.
That's
You're
right.
doing great.
Thank you, Jon Snow.
Bring it off.
Stay safe.
All
Go
right.
do some jiu-jitsu. Learn to defend yourself.
Jon Snow.
He knows nothing. Todd, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm a big fan. I've been listening for a while now. And look, man, you have nothing to worry about. You're a professional. What you'll do is you'll succeed like you've done on all the previous stunts. So I wanted to say that first. I also wanted to say I have some background in fighting myself, nothing to your level. But I'm going to be taking on a challenger here in 2 weeks, by the name of Irvine, Burton Irvine. He is more of a grappler, and I'm more of a boxer.
You sound like more of a fencer.
That's funny you say that. I did some fencing back in the day myself. So
On God.
that I don't know. I take that. I don't take that personal. So, this Irvine character he's a grappler.
Yes.
I'm more of a boxer. So how do I defend myself when Irvine comes at me with a grapple move versus a boxing move? I guess would be my first.
Knee him in the face.
Just throw the knee right up. I've been practicing that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, my girlfriend does not like it too often.
Oh, man.
Show that fellow Irvine what for.
I told her, I said, I'm going to have to pretend that you're Irvine right now, and gave her one to the lower chin, or as the late, great Gorilla Monsoon, the asbestos, Gorilla Monsoon would say the asbestos artist chiniest.
Good for you, Todd.
That was a terrible Simon
thank
Cowell
you.
impression.
Smart money's on Irvine.
Man.
Oh, that's
cool
awesome.
accent though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get beat up.
Yes. Speaking of beat up, I'm assuming you've seen the video of BJ Penn fighting a strip club bouncer.
No, I didn't know there was video of it.
There is.
Oh, that's a bit sad. Does that
So-
mean he's retiring now, or
Well, I know the UFC has instructed him to the extent that they have any control over his.
did he win at least?
So it's like about a minute and change of video, and at this point, BJ is shirtless and shoeless and has already got the guy on the ground.
So he won.
Oh yeah, no, he took him down for sure.
Well, there you go.
Did he tap?
He just won. As long as he won, he's lost so many fights lately. 7 straight.
And his buddies are there. They're outside of a strip club, and they're going, "Come on, B, get up, get up, get
Stop
up, get
beating,
up."
Stop
Yeah.
beating. Oh
And
man,
TMZ has the police audio on here too. Is that correct?
we don't have the audio of it.
It's his friends call him
Just
B
sucks.
for short. I mean, his name is 2 letters. You got to shorten that.
Come on, B.
All right, here we go.
Does he have thongs on? He does. He has thongs still on.
I saw it. Also, sorry. All right, dog. Just get him off him, though. Get him off him. Come on. Let's go, B. Let's go, B.
Right. So I think the other bouncer is saying, "Yeah, I get it. It's BJ Penn. We don't want him to kill anybody. Just get him off." And his friend is trying to do that, but obviously nobody is physically going to make BJ Penn do anything he doesn't want to do in this situation.
Yeah, but this guy's still trying to fight BJ.
Oh yeah, they just punched him in the face.
Don't do that. All right, my bad, dude. Don't do that. I can't let him fucking kick my boy.
Don't do that.
Get away. All right.
And he's still on him. He hates that guy.
It's weird because I don't feel like he's really doing anything.
That's right. Yeah.
It's kind of like holding him.
I don't know. That's sad to get that angry after you've done so much.
He had already been escorted out of the bar around midnight because he was acting very drunk. The story goes.
You have to.
Was he in Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, in Honolulu.
If you're a fighter of that caliber, you gotta always know you can't let anybody troll you. Under no circumstances can you get in a fight.
If you're a professional fighter and the bouncer punches you in the face, you're allowed to kick his ass.
Okay.
I've already.
Is it a good idea?
It's not a good idea. Well, you don't know what happened, but
I
it
don't.
sounds like he's drunk and he's. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't even get. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're,
the bouncer didn't take his shirt off.
If you're rolling around on the ground out in the front of a nightclub, you're pretty stupid.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the end.
Yeah,
of that.
even if you're not a professional fighter. Yeah.
Just anybody.
Yeah. Don't roll around in front of the strip club.
I
Got
mean,
it.
yeah, why'd you get so angry? There's all the ladies in there, and you're BJ Penn, and you got like millions of dollars. Can't you just give a lady like $1,000 and get a lap dance? Why
That's
you gotta
more
fight
fun.
the fat guy?
That's more fun than hugging a fat guy on the floor.
Right? Which is more fun, hugging a fat guy on the street or giving a stripper $1,000 cash and going into the champagne room?
Or
Maybe
How bad
titties
could
make
it
him
be?
angry.
You
Well,
offer-
He went to the wrong place. There.
Hey, all the girls in here, I'll give you, $2,000 each to come with me for an hour.
That's a lot.
For an hour. And
That's-
just empty out the club.
He's not headlining pay-per-views with
But I think he's rich without the MMA money.
with the website.
No, his family's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think his family's loaded.
I see.
So he had the money
Even
before.
before.
Yeah, before he was even
Wow.
pro.
Gotcha.
And
So-
you chose that for your career.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. Well, I think it was jiu-jitsu because he picked up jiu-jitsu first, and then it sort of escalated into mixed martial arts. And because he's, I don't want to say it, but I will say it, Hawaiian, I feel like they don't mind fighting more than the average person. Kind of works out. Made him happy.
In another strip club news, Cardi B faced a New York judge on upgraded charges stemming from allegedly orchestrating 2 fights at a Queens strip club last summer. Long story short, she's accused of directing 2 friends to beat up 2 bartenders at the College Point strip club because Cardi B believed that they had something to do sexually with her man.
Wait.
So Cardi B goes, "Hey,
these guys fucked her boyfriend."
Supposedly, that's what she believed anyway.
It's 2 hot chicks.
Yeah.
It's 2 chicks.
Oh, wait, whoa.
So Cardi B tells 2 chicks to throw glass bottles at these other 2 chicks.
Oh, okay. 2 chicks that had sex with her boyfriend.
Offset,
She
Offset.
got her ladies to throw bottles, not actually fire them, just throw bottles.
There was other stuff outside of that.
Getting bottled is pretty heavy.
I'm starting to think that
You know,
Cardi B might be kind of a dum-dum.
According to the
Start to
original,
think, huh?
according to the original criminal complaint, Cardi B allegedly ordered 8 people to separately assault these 2 chicks in the belief that they were having an affair with Cardi B's husband, Offset.
That's the hip hop community, you know.
I think Cardi B's real nice, and
I think she's a fucking moron.
anything bad to say about her.
I
Are
think
you
she's a
afraid of
fucking
Cardi
moron.
B?
I think everybody that's
Yes.
a millionaire for being a pop artist that goes to court all the time is a fucking moron. You're an absolute fucking idiot. You're so bitter. Why? You tell other people to handle your shit. What a fucking weak cunt that is.
That's pretty weak.
And according to the indictment,
Sorry,
Cardi
kidding.
B planned the attacks with one of the 2 using social media chats, which is to say there would be a digital record of that, and that the other one was allegedly directed to record the attacks.
Man,
That's
that's
smart.
so gross. That's so.
Yeah.
What's that tattooed face guy? That's so.
Riff-raff?
Sure, who cares?
Takashi.
Oh.
Yeah, all of them. It's
Yeah.
just so shit. So shit and dumb and bad for the planet.
Trash.
Just stop doing it, you know? Stop fucking idolizing these fucking idiots too. I mean, really, that is so slimy. And you know what? There's a whole bunch of out here that think that's gangster in a cool way. You got your friends to do it. I mean, you are a bitch, man. Straight up. Somebody fucks your guy and you first of all, how's that their fault? He fucked them. Like they didn't.
Okay.
He had to. He like. I bet you enjoyed it too.
And I'm just asking,
Plastic hug.
if the roles were reversed and it was a male, a guy,
Yeah, guys do that too, and
sends
they
guys
are
over
pathetic bitches.
to beat up some guy that slept with
Yeah.
his woman.
I've never understood anybody that's come to punch me in the face because somebody told them to do it.
If you got
You
something
fight your own
personal-
fight, man.
Yeah, personal. You got a personal beef. You
Yeah.
got to take it up with the person.
Yeah, also,
right?
if your girlfriend fucks another dude, your problem is with your girlfriend, not the other
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. You're only doing it because you're a C-bomb. There's no, you know that it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Bet you they were super hot.
Like I do.
What? You don't think that
I
that
do-
dude can get a lot of hot
I
chicks?
do distinguish sometimes when it's like you're talking about like low life pop stars or hip hop people or whatever. If there's like some sort of violence or whatever, I do grade a little bit on a sliding scale of was this like an innocent bystander walking down the street, or are they violent morons who hang out all the time at bars with other violent morons and 2 of them started punching each other? I'm like, okay, that's a little bit different. You guys are all in the club of doing that
Yeah,
shit. That's
you're
maybe
violent morons.
That's maybe not the general public's concern. If dumb rocker gets in a fist fight with other dumb idiot at a dive bar somewhere, you know, I can see it being slightly different, but that is not to justify any of this.
Okay, but if Bill Gates,
Yes.
his wife went and slept with somebody, and then he had 2 henchmen go beat up that guy.
Yeah. No, that's
that
bad.
seems understandable to
It's
me.
a little bit
as
classier, but yeah, still, you're a piece of shit. That's the doesn't it all folds out the same way.
Mhm.
You do that, you're a piece of shit, and it doesn't. If you're like hell yeah, I'm a piece of shit, and I'll get my friends to beat you up too. Great, good for you. But that's still the bottom line. That is in the dictionary. You're a piece of shit.
There you go.
So she's a piece of shit.
Yep.
And that other person's a piece of shit. But not me. I mean, yeah, I'm a piece of shit, but not really, right, Will? You're not a piece of shit, are you, Will?
I hope not. I strive every day not to be a piece of shit.
So when we come back, we're not going to talk about shit. We're going to talk about creating new stuff and expanding our minds.
Oh, shit's in the last segment.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
We did shit yesterday.
Oh, man.
Somebody pointed out on Twitter they're very sick of shit.
Okay.
So
I'm
shit.
sick of Twitter.
News is going to be
Listen
like
to
5 minutes long.
Oh, man. We'll be back.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103.
Do you like to pork? Well, ready your schlong.
The Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
German authorities have imposed speed limits of 75 miles per hour on several short stretches of the famed Autobahn as a result of a heat wave that has gripped not only Germany but much of the continent of Europe.
Why do you have to go slow? Because it's hot.
Concerns the high heat would cause expressway surfaces to buckle.
The road is buckling.
Yeah, it's possible. Yep.
So slow down.
Yeah.
Shit. That's really hot.
It's very, very, very hot when they're afraid that the heat is going to
There's
fuck up
no
the road.
Autobahn. There's no point living.
No, it's true. It's
Everybody
true.
in Germany should just kill themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have guests. Donald Schultz is here. Donald Schultz, welcome to the show. You're a skinny guy, man. You must have been fat when I was first your friend, I think.
Yeah, I was.
It
Hey, I was
doesn't
a
look bad, but you're very
athletic fat
skinny.
guy. Yeah. That's just vegetarianism and not fucking
Oh.
drinking beer. Like
Oh.
weird. Yeah, cut those two out and it kind of works.
Are you no longer
You're a vegan.
eating one day a week?
I'm not fasting anymore intentionally, but I eat meat opportunistically. So like if I'm hungry for meat, I'll eat it, but it's not like every meal meat, and it makes a huge fucking difference.
Is this a defined diet here that you've been working on for many years where you're saying, do you do intermittent fasting and whatnot? You do?
Yeah, I mean, I started. We spoke ages ago in 2013,
Yes.
and I did
Yes.
for 18 months, once a week, and like changed the way I like my relationship with food, and especially my body, and like
Yeah.
feeling what goes on. And I used to walk around at 220. I'm 170 now,
Yeah.
but I feel like better than I've ever felt. My body feels good, my ankles feel good, and all that shit. But it's not like a defined thing. The big thing is like processed food is the enemy. So
Yep.
anything that's even animals, like getting an animal from a store, I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Whereas catching a fish or having a chicken or whatever, it makes a huge difference.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I started doing the intermittent fasting not so long ago. And I think maybe because something happened recently where I seem to have leaned out just a little bit more. And I've been training. I don't cheat. I mean, I don't starve myself in any way at all. I was just telling Tully before the show that I ate like, I don't know, 4... There were vegan desserts, but I ate like 4. It was a ridiculous, childish amount of vegan ice cream treat things that I ate. Where my wife was like, "Really, 4?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't know. I only ate twice today, so I guess I'm gonna eat right now before I go to sleep." In the form of
Vegan.
these stupid ice creams. I just kept eating them. I couldn't stop.
How it started was I was thinking about us as animals, and like
Yeah.
people always think of humans as this thing apart from nature, and we're like the dominate whatever the fuck, right? But as animals, if you think back, not that long ago, like before fridges and that, we would go out in the day and one day kill a turkey, and everyone would eat a shit ton of turkey, and the next
Yeah.
few days you find nuts and berries and that, and then you'd find a
Look,
big
you're
piece
trying
of
to
thing.
say that there was a time where we have lived so many years a certain way, our body recognizes that, and
Yeah.
you think that when you start to emulate that now,
Yeah.
your body is like, oh, thank God, and it starts to fire off in a better way.
For
you
sure,
feel
yeah.
clearer mentally, body-wise, physically, everything is working out better.
Well, if you look at like I know animals really well.
I got to say something really
Yeah.
quick. Donald Schultz, people that don't know Donald Schultz, he's about to say, yes, he knows animals really good. He has done so much with animals that none of you would even fucking contemplate doing for a second. He lived with snakes. He knows everything about snake. Like think about giant sting death rolling all over you, biting, rolling, kissing sharks. This dude is out of his fucking mind, but somehow, I swear, pretty on point.
Still alive.
Yeah, because it's kind of similar to, because I think I do stuff here where I'm like, I'll go really hard at every single angle, and sometimes maybe not such a good move.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, but you won't know unless you go as hard as you can into it to find out really what it is all about. And you do that with everything.
Yeah, I try.
But you're very, very healthy from doing it.
Yeah,
You,
no, I mean-
you found yourself.
Yeah, and you know, talking about animals, lions, when they eat meat, right?
Yes.
They sleep 23 hours a day and fuck all the time. But after they eat, they'll just
Do they
sleep.
really fuck all the time?
Yeah, like 20, 30 times a day. But like very short amounts.
Cool.
But if you look at them, they eat meat and then they chill. And then they go into this like no meat hungry period and they super finely attuned and everything, go hunt, and then they chill out. So for us, if we're eating meat every day, then we're getting switched off every day. So like taking a 10-day or 1 month break, your senses get sharpened. So two things with ayahuasca.
Do they really?
Yeah. So ayahuasca, when you drink ayahuasca, right,
Yeah.
you stop meat, you stop sex, you stop ganja,
Yeah.
caffeine, all of those things.
Yeah.
And after 2 weeks of diet or dieting for ayahuasca, your senses are so fucking sharp that like the medicine has nothing to do with it. That's just from not eating meat. Because our bodies, when we have meat, we satiate it. Like there's no reason to go and take risks.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like cut out meats, cut out that stuff, and then suddenly you become a lot sharper. And when you eat meat, in between those periods, you'll feel yourself slow down, become sluggish, and rest, which is totally normal. But this meat every day, multiple times a day, especially pork, it's like it really slows you down and like it fucks you up.
Isn't that, it's so obvious that so everybody listening that is a little out of shape, you eat meat every day and you're a bit sluggish every day. So then you become the shape of something that is now a familiar shape of what a human looks like, but it's not what it should look like when you compare what a human looked like when it lived out by itself. You know what I mean? Like the new version. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
it's like fat babies.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
it's
I moved.
how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, I moved to South Africa in 31st of December. I've been there for 6 months in Zululand, like in the middle.
Wait, you
of,
moved back?
Yeah, yeah. So in the middle of Zululand with the Zulu people, the land that was given.
Why
to
did you
us-
do that, Donald Schultz?
Well, you know, this anti-venom company I have, we're going to humans, right? So we have 2 labs, one in Los Angeles, one in San Diego. We've done clinical trials. We're in really good shape here for dogs. We've treated
Anti-venom for
snake bites.
All
Yeah,
snakes.
All snakes, yeah. So
and how do you get the anti-venom?
So we take non-venomous snakes, take
Yeah.
their blood, centrifuge that, you have anti-venom. It takes an hour versus 18 months. And our data, we can't make claims, but our data is really like inspiring. It's like I moved to Africa for it. So the idea in Africa is we want to make it for humans because a person dies every 3 minutes worldwide from snake bites. There's 2.5 million amputations. It's like a massive problem. And the drug companies for the first time have come out and said, it's not worth our time to save lives because there's no money in it. And so 2 of the largest companies stopped making for Africa 2 years ago. So half of Africa doesn't have anti-venom. So moved there for that. But what I saw with the Zulu people is, you know, the guys don't have supplements, they don't have gyms, they don't have anything weird. They eat what they catch or buy, and all the guys are fucking ripped like Jesus. And all of the guys are happy. And
Jesus was ripped?
Haven't you seen photos of him?
No.
He's got a six-pack for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good-looking white dude.
Yeah, yeah. some might say. But anyway, like these guys, they laugh way more than we do. So like, what's the metric for success? Is it happiness or is it money? Because money, I've had a lot of money. It doesn't really pass for happiness. So these guys are eating all natural, drinking all natural.
I don't know. One time, guitarist Van Halen said, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a big boat to sail right up alongside it.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at how happy Eddie Van Halen is.
He's having a blast.
No one
Every
has
time you see him
enjoyed the
leaving
fruit
the-
of their success more than Eddie Van Halen.
Nothing gets under that guy's skin.
Millions of dollars, not annoyed one time. Never.
But yeah, and you look at that, man, and there's something, you know, that I just feel like I lived in California for 16 years. And like I got to a point where LA was like just too much. Like it felt like Diet Coke. It tastes really good and looks really cool, but it just feels a little something. And you know, living
like fucking a blow up doll.
Yeah, and like living in South Africa.
Like a really good one. you know?
Yeah. It's real. Like every day, instead of worrying about the 405 and traffic and bullshit, like
Yeah.
one day we had 20 chickens killed by like hawks and genets and dogs and all sorts of shit. And I was like, the chaos in my life was keeping chickens alive. And it's so present. Like it's got nothing to do with like anything else except your relationship with what's happening. And that was a mental shift for me because these aren't just chickens. These are now food and eggs. And they're not just chickens either. They're friends. Like I know them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a whole shift changes. And my family's like still eating meat, so they're like, hey, let's get chicken. So we went and bought a chicken. I was like, let's give it a day. We'll fatten it up and then eat it tomorrow. Next day they couldn't do it. So the chicken lives with us. So it's like there's this mental shift from dependency and like, oh, the man is gonna save us, to like, hey, if you're responsible for yourself and you worry about food, electricity, water, shelter, suddenly you independent from the whole system, and then the system can like basically fuck off.
I was sad about chicken dying the other day, Michael.
I've given this so much thought over the course of my life. I really have. Why do you say that?
I got 2 chickens, these weird old wretchy chickens, and I go this shortcut on my way home, and they're usually out on the street in the afternoon when I come by. And sometimes people that don't know this little shortcut, when they come by, they stop and they won't go past the chickens because the chickens are like, what the fuck in front of the car. But
It's a noteworthy sight on the side streets of Los Angeles.
but I know these chickens, and these chickens get out of the way because that's what they do, is they just fucking hang out on the street and pluck at everybody. So I've come by the other day, and one of the chickens is a dead chicken, and the other chicken's standing there, and I'm like, no! Chicken buddy died?
Wait, you get squashed?
Oh, no, couldn't be. I was like, no way, fucking cat or somebody. And I'm like, they killed him, and then they left him there next to your buddy?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. I drove home. I didn't even want to tell my wife. I took like 2 days, and then I took to tell her. Because she knows the chicken buddies.
But what's
Chicken
interesting
buddy's
about
gone.
that is you look at animals, like for us, you know, if we lose a loved one, right?
Yeah.
The next day, the next month, next year, we're going to be fucked up, like mentally. That's like, I mean, with animals, and it doesn't happen. Like they almost get eaten by a lion. You watch an antelope almost get eaten. It runs away. It fucking has a shiver shake, like shakes off the stress, and it's fine. There's no PTSD, or we're the only animals that can elicit a fear response in our mind that's not real. And that's
not true.
That's not true. Cats wake up scared all the time.
That's a dream.
But that's still in their mind.
What the fuck? Cats wake up scared all the time? So
what are you doing to your cat?
They go from
that makes no sense.
I mean, they go from being fully asleep to on high alert out of nowhere.
But what I'm saying is in a waking life, you've
never seen a cat just wake up out of a.
Well, that's like saying if you make a loud noise. You ever seen anybody wake up out of nowhere? Like if you're fast asleep and I fucking hit a car horn, you're gonna wake up.
Yeah, but I'm saying cats can do that without the loud noise. They do it frequently.
Dreams are real. I mean,
I got
animals,
cats.
yeah.
Cats wake up. I see my cats wake up like crusty old people.
Yeah, but I mean, the effect on humans is like we don't have big predators that eat us anymore. At least not in the Western world. In Africa, it happens. But like, if I shout at Kevin, I'm like, dude, where the fuck is my whatever? The response you can have is the same as a fucking saber-toothed tiger hunting you, and that's not real because you're not gonna die because you fucked up. You kind of like, it's a small mistake that we put this big stress on.
Okay, you're saying that we use like serotonin gland emotion shit a lot for things that are not
a life-threatening risk, like nothing that's not gonna...
I mean, controlling your emotions and how far you go, the levels that you go when it comes to your emotions has a lot to do with your intelligence as well, and with wisdom, so when you have all those things going for you, then maybe you can control those better. But I still say, animals not caring about or having less senses, that's their loss. Like sure, there's critical waste of energy when you take things the wrong way, and that's depression. People that get really down on themselves. I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I get so down if I think about it, but I have got so high out of it. I've been so happy.
Yeah,
and so appreciative of existing in the moment.
Yeah.
So those things, I'll take the good with the bad, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, working in an intelligent way to try and figure out how to do less of the really bad things. But I love that. I know that we're all emotional and super deep and go too far and stresses us out. But if you can, I say it's worth it.
Yeah.
I say even if you die, if you die early because you were super stressed out about stuff, but you had these really crazy days where you loved everything like nobody else.
Yeah.
So I'd take that deal.
Yeah. I'd totally. Yeah. I mean,
of course you will, you flying squirrels. Here's the other thing that people don't know. This guy's a member of the community of the people that wear the wingsuits that jump out of shit and wingsuit stuff.
But last time you were here, you had stopped doing that, right?
Yeah,
doing it again now.
Yeah. Short story.
You're back on it?
Short story long. No, so my ex-wife and I now, like we were together for a while and didn't quite work out, and I quit not because of her, but my best man died and I lost 8 friends in a year. It was like Rona died, and I was like, okay, cool, it's time to quit. And then we split up, and I started jumping again. I was on tour with Nitro Circus, and we had a day off in Cape Town, and I had my wingsuit, I had my parachute and all that. It's like, I am at the point in my life now where I can do this. And as a kid, there's a photo of me like in a Batman costume hugging a dog. And when I was a kid, I just wanted to fly and help animals. That's it. So I was like, well, am I going to be 60 years old and look back at this and be like, you fucking idiot, you had the opportunity to do it. So I jumped. It was fucking amazing. And then we went to Joburg with Travis Pastrana, jumped a huge building in downtown Joburg, and that was.
What do you mean jumped a huge building? Jumped like a huge building on what?
Like a base jump?
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of that page, go to the main page and go down. It says Travis's huge base jump there. So we jumped off this building. It's actually
he jumped off a huge building.
Yeah,
just so people are up to speed. Travis Pastrana, motocross rider who also jumps off stuff.
Buildings, yeah.
Base jumping is the one that you think is the most dangerous, and it's the one that your friends are dying from more than all the wingsuit thing.
No, wingsuit proximity flying is
wingsuit
kind of
is the worst one.
Yeah. And
okay.
So now now that my wife and I are split, and kind of at this point in my life,
you don't answer to any man anymore now.
Yeah, and also I'm a connoisseur. Rather than jumping every single thing, I'm like, I have my gear with me, and if it's possible, I fly around, and it's still like as cool. And like rather than
you have been flying.
Yeah, I jumped Table Mountain again. Like
when you fly, do you have to fly near the rocks, or do you just fly?
Well, when you take off the mountain, you have to, right? Because then you really post it, and then you fly away. But sometimes there's things.
Do you ever go to places where you just don't fly near the fucking rocks, Donald?
But the
can you just get? What about if you just get? I mean, are you not still flying if you fly gliding around clouds?
Yeah, oh yeah,
and
exactly.
leaning around
yeah,
clouds?
Yeah. We
Can you do that?
Yeah, that's how you practice. It's a foam pit, because if you hit a
Right.
cloud, it's
Oh, so
mellow.
you practice and you do the cloud thing.
Yeah. And
Why go to the rock thing?
Because with the cloud thing, and by the way, this weekend I'm in San Diego, so if anyone wants to jump out of planes, come
If
down.
anybody wants to potentially die, Donald's available in
Yes.
San Diego.
Yeah,
There
well,
you go.
in Oceanside, yeah, San Diego.
Speaking of brushing buildings with your face,
yeah, be
hit
out
me
all
up on
week.
Twitter. What the fuck? Nobody wants to go with you. Anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead.
We'll see. So basically, like with jumping out of a plane, you have a manifest, and you have like money changing hands, and an engine, and people screaming at you, and all that. It's kind of like intense.
Yes.
With base jumping, you walk up a mountain. It's you and a piece of fabric. You put your gear on. You jump off when you're ready. You land. There's no machines involved.
Yes.
So it's very like pure.
Hmm.
And you go from 0 to 120 miles an hour in 5 seconds. So you're hauling ass, and then you're flying like, in your dreams that you imagine, you're flying.
You got goggles on, right?
Helmet,
Because you get
everything.
crazy
yeah.
wind eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're full face helmets and all that. And now we have comms in our helmets, so we can basically speak to each other.
So you can talk to people before
So
you
it's-
die.
Yeah, so it's like flying with wingsuits, so two
And you
little
say,
fighter
"Look at
jets."
this.
Well, usually we're just laughing. It's like, because it's so
So
much
wait,
fucking
you just
fun.
hear each other. You just all gliding around laughing in the end.
Well, because what
You
happens
idiots.
is when you're flying, you see that the helmet's kind of big. When you're flying, if you look left or look right, it kind of makes you go zigzag. So when
Oh.
you're filming someone, it's really cool to just be behind them and be like, okay, keep going straight. And tell the person looking for you. So like it's really easy to like basically just tell them where it's happening. So this is downtown Johannesburg. Obviously people can't see, but they can see on my website. And Travis hadn't
What's your website?
DonaldSchultz.com, SCHULTZ. But yeah, Travis hadn't really jumped since Rona died.
Wow. So you're standing on the top of a building.
Yeah, 500-foot
Wait,
building.
and Travis hadn't jumped since his friend passed away.
Yeah,
from...
so we went to.
Oh, he just said for Rona?
No, that's me. I said for Rona, and I don't do any flips or tricks because fuck, man, I barely survived base jumping. And my other best man, Sean, he did a triple backflip with a full twist off of you, and Travis did a front flip. But this is like downtown Johannesburg, Hillbrow. It's in the movie Chappie. It's like one of the gnarliest places. Yeah, look at that.
Who's that?
That's my other best man, Sean Schumer. He's got the most base jumps in the world. He does tandem base, and he's a gymnast. He like does the fucking craziest shit. Like he did a triple backflip with a full twist off of that, which I mean is.
And this is Travis Strano.
He's doing a front flip,
a front flip in, and he jumped off in Johannesburg.
In Johannesburg, no helmet, no nothing.
Travis is
My palms are so wet
Right?
just
Yes.
watching this. Just
Travis
watching
is
this.
crazy.
So Travis made you wet? Wow.
I mean, Travis does.
Yeah.
I just saw him.
Well, I've
the
got
other
my
day.
theory about Travis.
He's at
What-
Narfest. Like this dude's just like, hey, it's pretty windy, but we're gonna give it a go.
But-
what? You guys want to jump up a building?
It's because his brain works backwards. He has night terrors. He doesn't
does.
get scared when you're supposed to get scared, and he gets scared when you're not.
I'm gonna tell you
That's
that-
what's wrong with Travis
I'm gonna
Pastrana.
tell you a little
Wow,
se-
you figured it out.
Yeah.
I've found Travis's weak point. He's terrified of animals.
Ah,
Fucking terrified.
no
So
way.
we took him shark diving, and he was so bleak because he had to jump in the water with the sharks. And like,
oh, but pay money to be there to watch him be scared. I'd be so pumped.
well, if you guys want to do shark diving, like this dive I did yesterday, will change your
Yesterday?
mind. Yesterday. The
You're
day-
in
day before
LA
yesterday.
right now. How far away were you
In the
yesterday?
Bahamas. So we're in the
Oh.
Bahamas. Yeah, like, I was in South Africa shooting white sharks, but this was Bahamas. It blew my
You were in the
mind.
Bahamas yesterday?
Yeah, yeah.
So cool.
And we had these like huge 12, 14-foot tiger sharks. I posted the photos
Fuck
on Instagram.
off!
And they were like,
That's the greatest shark there is out of all sharks.
yeah, that's if you go, no, that's a shit photo. Go to the that one there. Look at those photos. These guys, these sharks.
Oh!
I mean, one of these sharks.
That's the beast of beasts.
And like they're so gentle and mellow. Like
Why? No, it's not.
They swim up to you and like push
They
you.
swim
out,
up to you.
Push you out the way to get to the food. It was the craziest thing. Like it was like it really blew my mind. I've done a lot of
Nobody
shark
has
work.
anybody been bitten in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
He's big, Donald.
There's two.
She's big.
There was 3 sharks.
And she comes over right to your face.
Yeah.
And what? And if it comes up and it's like to me, I just go like that, right?
Yeah, just push away. I mean, the big thing is if you touch them underneath the nose and the side of the mouth, it's a feeding response. But if you just like Tai Chi them away on the side of the body, they're gone. Or
Don't go under.
Don't go under.
Common sense. Don't go under.
And if you're pushing from under, it opens the mouth. It's going to eat you. They suck things in.
Oh,
if you go on
yeah.
the top, you can kind of push them away.
So if it comes out like, I'll be like, fucking come on, just go over there.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
It's like-
it?
Yeah. I mean, like I had an experience with the white shark. It was super gnarly, but like those tigers.
A
like,
great white shark?
Yeah, and you know Paul de Gelder, right? He
When-
said he was on the
Of course,
show.
yeah.
of course.
Dude, he looks so much like you.
Yeah, I've
Like,
never
it's-
heard that before.
Yeah,
That's
it
why I
was
keep
fucking-
tattooing myself to stop looking like Paul de Gelder. I gotta keep tattoo. I gotta tattoo my fucking face next.
And he, he wants to kill all sharks. He was
What?
like ex-military,
Oh.
like in the military, diving and all that. He's like, fuck, all sharks have to die. He gets.
And then when a shark ate half of him.
Yeah, then he's like, now he wants to protect sharks because he.
That's
gets
what
it.
happens to everybody that gets bitten by a shark. So I'd rather just hang out with you guys and help protect sharks
Yep.
and not have to live by having a leg eaten.
So the world would be a much better place if everyone in China got half eaten by a shark.
Yeah, or at least almost eaten. But yeah, so on the shark thing, man, I'd love to take you shark diving. Like from here,
I'm in a second. You know that.
So just in Florida, we can go for 3 days.
I have to go to Florida.
Either Florida or the Bahamas. Florida's rad.
I'm going to. What about this? What about this? I'm going to Colombia for stem cell on Monday.
Yeah.
And I could go to Miami for the weekend.
On the way back, on the way.
On the way there.
Would this weekend?
This weekend.
Let me make some calls. But like, basically, I want to have.
I'll fly Katie out and then we'll swim with tiger sharks.
Yeah, I mean, it will blow. My friend's out there
If
right now.
the shark bites my
Yeah.
leg, I'll go to the doctor in Colombia. Be like, man, I need a lot of stem cell.
Yeah, or a Degalda prosthesis. That thing's cool. Like
But I love that guy's. I love that guy, but I want my arm.
Yeah, no, yeah, I hear you.
It's
Okay.
cool. I like the robot thing and that it holds a beer and stuff.
But one of the flaws that people don't really know is the battery dies. So he'll be out partying and like his hand stops working, and it's like, well, fuck.
Well, he should have charged it before he went out partying. Everybody knows
But
that.
he's got the death hold and all that. And the other thing
He's got a
is,
death hold?
Yeah, like he's got 1, 2, and 3 buttons, so you can actually turn it to like murder mode.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Better watch that when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You don't want to accidentally hurt somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, shark. Like the shark thing. I mean, I've done a lot of shark.
What was
work.
the great white that harassed you the other day? What's the
Um,
story about a great white that wasn't that good?
Oh no, I was in South Africa filming another Shark Week show like 3 weeks ago, and
Yes.
this massive 4-meter great white came up to us and grabbed the cage. We were
4
in,
meters. How much is that in feet?
like 14 feet or so. Yeah, and
Okay.
grabbed the cage with 5 people in it, shook the cage like a rag doll. I'll show you the footage. It fucking blew my mind. Like
Well, he knew you were all in there, and he was
came up
like,
to like right here, and my camera was in front of me, and grabbed the cage and was
Why
just
did
like, because I mean we're like not on their menu.
There's sometimes
but
where they
like
just
to
wanna
check.
eat you.
Well, they can't sense the world with their hands, right? So they have to go around and taste things. So that's
They're
why
like babies.
Exactly. That's what I said. Like think of a 2-year-old. Everything goes in their mouth, so they don't have hands. So the only way they can test things is by biting them.
Yeah.
And sometimes they test us. I mean, there's very few shark attacks where they actually eat people, and when they do, you don't usually get bits back. Most of the time, when it's a shark, testing, they, limbs missing and shit like that.
Well, it's a bad combination of they're testing you and they don't know their own strength, for lack of a better way of.
Plus, they don't care, man. They've been around for so long that they are focused on fucking and eating. That's it. Like that's all that's it. And knowing their motivation makes it so much easier. Like a shark, you know where you stand, and a shark in LA, like an agent or manager, whatever. Sorry, Eva, is a whole different you don't know what the motivation is. With sharks and snakes, you know that input system. It's like I'm either want to defend myself or get away or eat you, and it's one of those three.
Or
things.
fuck you.
Or yeah, I mean, or yeah. I nearly got fucked by a manta ray 3 days ago. It was very weird.
No one. Make sure that's a button. No one has said that to me recently. A manta ray is like the seal dolphin looking thing.
It's they're almost as wide as this room that look like stingrays.
Oh, okay, yeah, giant stingray thing. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
And
They got big dicks?
No, this was actually a female, and I went
It's just
into-
on you.
Yeah, I put a shark fin on. We're doing this test inside an aquarium at the Atlantis, and
Yeah.
as I jumped in the water, this fucking manta ray swam up to me and tried to hump me.
Yeah.
I was
Just scissoring you.
And I was like, what the fuck's going on? So I was like, obviously I don't want to hurt the animal, so I was like trying to roll over and be submissive.
Yeah.
And it was like all over me and swam away and then pushed a piece of the display down in the Atlantis. This big 12-foot fucking thing dropped in the display. I'm like, oh my God, we're filming in like 20 minutes and I fucked up the whole display. Came up and I was like, not my fault. So like usually it is, this isn't. And thankfully the curator was watching me. And he's like, oh no, she was just interested. It was something new and interesting, so she came over to check. I was like, she fucking face humped my face.
She put her pussy on your face?
I don't know. That's a whole
You
where
had
it could potentially
giant
be.
stingray vag on your face.
Well, I had a mask on, so it
Oh,
was actually
still, it's a pretty cool story. Nobody's doing that.
And then Africa, man, holy shit, when are you coming? I mean, open invites.
I don't really want to go.
Yeah, you do.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew went the other day. I don't
Yeah.
really care.
Andrew's
But-
just been.
But that's Kenya. South Africa, it's like saying, I've been to Arizona, so all of America sucks.
All right. I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, usually when it comes to things like this, it's like live from Africa. It's the Jason Ellis show. Otherwise, I'm not going.
Well,
So I don't see how.
Well, I mean,
that works out.
On my fence where we live, there's elephants next door.
Wait,
There's
on your
lions.
what?
My fence. So the Zulu.
You have elephants that are near you?
Next door at night, you can hear hyenas and lions and shit. We got 3 acres from the community that gave us a piece of land to make
Why did they give
anti-venom.
you that?
To make antivenom.
Oh.
So like there, it's one of the heaviest hit snakebite areas. So in the last 6 months, we built a lab, we built 3 houses.
And you have venom there, so if you get bit, you're okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
And,
cool.
but
maybe I'll be all right.
yeah, but I mean, at nights, like there's elephants on the fence, there's rhinos, hippos, lions. Down on the thing, there's a crocodile. So it will really change your life. I mean, your back is elephants, man. Like there's something. This elephant tattoo. There's something higher intelligence about elephants, and like that whole thing I had with the elephant charging me and that kind of changed my point of view on them. They are way smarter than we are, and we think of them as big gray cows. And it's like there's Shaq strangling me. Yeah, I did this.
You can't jump angles. You can't do that. I was
sorry.
listening to you, paying attention. Now you're saying Shaq strangling you. I don't really trust elephants anymore.
No. Elephants are still cool.
So what happened again when the elephant charged you?
If you search Schultz Savo, it's on YouTube or whatever. Basically, we're doing a show in Kenya where he was, and there was a poached elephant on the ground. It basically got hit with a poacher's dart, and we fixed its knee and all that. And the elephant wasn't getting up. We reversed it. We rolled it over with a truck and pulled it up, and it went from like an hour almost dying to like trying to murder our cameraman. So I was running away. Guy points an AK-47 at my face. I'm like, oh fuck! And I look back and I see the cameraman fall. I'm like, oh shit, he's dead. But now there's a gun and an elephant in play. Like an AK-47 is just gonna piss off this elephant. So I ran back to the elephant and put my arms up and stopped between its tusks and stopped it. And we stopped and looked at each other. And the elephant kind of did this and went, turned around and walked away.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
There it is. You see the pile of shit on the ground there that came out of its knee, and there's me walking in on the left. That's our cameraman. And this video is kind of out of context because it was an hour of nothing, and the worst anxiety dream you've ever had, running away, and there's a sound behind you. So there's the elephant in among us, and I run back. There's the gunshot, and then it's gone. So that's in real time. And if you watch it in slow motion, basically, like our getaway cars just left us. Because afterwards the driver was like, yeah, I've seen what elephants do to cars. He's like, and drove over the director's foot. So you see, and Frank, to his credit, he turned the camera around. He's got some of the best elephant charging footage in the world because the elephant's just getting closer and closer to him till he falls. There's me and Mike. There's a guy with a gun behind the car there. And if you look, you see the elephant's tusk like in amongst the people there. So I run back and I stopped and it was like almost like a cartoon where my dust hit the elephant's dust there. And Frank's on the ground, and I walked in between the tusks and put my hands up, and I'm like, now what the fuck? So I took my finger and put it between its eyes and turned it around, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, and it turned around and walked away. And the image I got in my mind is that it woke up, was surrounded by humans, which is how it got hurt in the first place, and was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up to it, I was like, dude, we're just trying to help you. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it, and left. And it's like, that really changed my thing.
Wait, that is you walking, faced it with your finger on its head.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you're so far gone, dude.
But the trippy thing is, like, while I was driving,
the trippy thing is, if anybody wants to see a video and realize the person that is in that video, I mean, I don't know how Andrew just slow-moed that, or
that's the video. We'll put it up on the JCL Show Twitter.
Holy shit,
but there is a more interesting thing to this, and like it fucks with quantum mechanics and reality and manifestation, and that, which is like a deeper conversation. I don't think we can get into that now. But I was driving in a gear vehicle on the way to this happening, and I had this vision of this elephant charging towards us, and I stopped it, and I said to the elephant, "You shall not pass," like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Which our host on that show was Dominic Monaghan, one of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And I chuckled to myself.
You
where I was like,
everything. You're going to die.
That was funny. And then when it happened, the first thing I said, I was like, it would have been way funnier if I said, "You shall not pass." And that's why I knew everything was going to be okay.
It's hard to make that moment funny for us, really. It's pretty godlike, though. You're kind of like Oasis.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of, what's that little green guy that's real short in Star Wars?
Yoda.
Yeah, you kind of Yoda'd his ass, dude.
I did.
But you just came up with your finger and pointed at a giant elephant.
Yeah, Jedi mind trick.
And the elephant was like, you know what, man? That is so ballsy. I am out of here.
But the thing is, all animals do that. Like,
What do you mean all animals do that? They don't have fingers.
No, I mean.
Wait, you stop all animals coming at you with that?
Okay. So here's the thing: is
bear
easy.
Are you serious?
Here's the
what
thing.
about if I go underwater and I see a great white? Can I put my finger in front of it?
Well, when we did that show, Phelps versus shark, the whole point was, can Michael Phelps outswim a shark? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
So why try?
Well, I knew that.
And all animals move faster than us, pretty much. Like all the animals that kill us: hippos, crocodiles, lions, whatever. So running away is the worst thing you can do. So if you act like prey, they'll treat you like prey. So if you see a shark in the water and you swim away, they're going to fucking eat you. So you turn around and look at them and disrupt the normal program that they have. And they're like, what? This person or thing is not acting normal.
Your only hope is to make them think that you know something they don't.
Exactly. And even dogs charging you, like if a dog's going to attack you, the worst thing you can do is be submissive or walk away. If you walk up to a dog and point your finger in its face, most of them are like, whoa, what the fuck? You know?
What if you do something weird? Like if a bear's
Well,
charging
you're already
you,
existing, so that's gonna work.
But if you like did like weird things with your hands, you're like, hey,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I reckon
you might
be
die.
dead.
All right.
Yeah. No,
just stockpiling information here.
I almost killed you, and I'm not even an elephant. Will, what's going on, man? What are you up to? Hey, who's your friend? You haven't even introduced your friend.
So this is Manny. He runs the snake farm in
Manny,
in the States.
you run the snake farm. You run it.
I do.
Yeah.
You're in charge of the snake farm where there's many, many snakes that you take their blood to get the anti-venom.
The anti-venom, correct?
That's your thing.
Yes.
And then you have anti-venom for everybody that apparently didn't have it.
Yeah.
So wait, in certain parts of the world you get bit, and there used to be an anti-venom, and now there isn't.
Yeah.
So if you get bit, you just go,
You
fuck.
just die.
And
yeah.
everybody knows.
Everyone knows.
Oh, shit, you got bit? Oh, man, do you want me to, like, get your mama or anything?
Yeah, like we have medicine, but it's expensive, so I'm not going to give it to you.
I can only imagine when you know that there's existing technology or medicine that can help you, and
but
you
just
die.
And it's such a lonely place because I've been bitten by mambas and shit, and you in the hospital, and the doctors come past, and they're all interested because they want to see how you die. And there's nothing to give you, and they're like, "Oh wow, look at that! You're in the process of dying." And it's like, "Oh, look at your hand! It's rotting away. That's interesting." It's like, "Fuck," So it's weird. We make anti-venom just for dogs in the States. So the reason we're in South Africa is to convert to humans. The FDA in the States is really difficult to deal with. 10 people die a year. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Whereas in Africa, 40,000 people die a year.
So what I was thinking is, I know that you said that you were laughing when you jump out of off the building or whatever, but is there a thing where you can talk when you're underwater?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way that we could do a part of the show talking with sharks?
Easily. Yeah, that's pretty much like one of the main things I do because I'm a commercial diver before I got into everything I do. So we have comms underwater where we can transmit to the surface.
Right.
And that's really easy.
Nobody's doing that.
No one's done that.
So could we interview
a shark
and maybe like somebody else just in case the shark doesn't say much?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
And do
Maybe a
like
translator.
let's just do like a half an hour of the show underwater with sharks.
Yeah.
No one's ever done it before. Who's the best guest you could ever have? What sharks will we be talking
Chelsea
amongst?
Handler wants to dive with sharks.
Chelsea Handler. She's your friend, right?
I don't know.
She's not nice. She wasn't nice. She didn't catch me.
Really?
I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, maybe you're having a bad day, or maybe I'm not doing. Maybe I wasn't shining, but I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed out.
What about Slash?
Slash would,
because he's a big snake guy.
You're friends with Slash. I
Yeah.
mean, I haven't talked to him for a while, but would you think he would do the shark thing with me?
Man, he's got so much to live for.
Yeah, but
what about Steve Howie? Like me? What about if me and Steve Howie swim with sharks and then I beat his fucking ass?
I think that Steve Howie would do it. I honestly do.
I'm sure he would.
I believe that.
Right?
What about Danny DeVito?
What? Yes. Me and Danny DeVito in the water with sharks. That would get the Jason Ellis show out there. Sirius XM will be pumped about that. I might
And he
even
has
get
to do it in character as the penguin.
Well, I just worked with Damon Wayans Jr., Rob Riggle, Anthony Anderson,
Yes.
Damon Wayans, Adam Devine, and Joel McHale. And they're all, like, we worked with them for the last 4 days in the Bahamas. They're all shark guys now.
They're all shark guys, huh?
No diving, they've dived before, but no shark experience. And by the end, they were like, "Oh, we don't understand why people are scared of sharks." So any of those guys would be fucking. Joel McHale's like, they're all really funny.
Wasn't he going to come on the show? What happened to that?
Schedule didn't allow for it.
He's probably doing Shark Week.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go meet sharks.
Yeah, and so close. There's sharks here in San Diego, so it makes it really easy. There's great white sharks here in California, but they're pussies. You jump in the water with them, they swim away. There's 2 that live under the Manhattan Beach Pier. Like they're super mellow. But out here you get makos and blues and that. But if you want dependable sharks with infrastructure,
That's what I need.
Bahamas or Florida.
We'll do a show in the Bahamas where we interview Steve Howie under the sea, talking with sharks.
Yeah, and
on the Jason Ellis show.
And I'm friends with the people at Atlantis. They'll hook you up.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Nice.
Everything else is good.
Everything's good, man. Like one thing I was gonna say is anyone, like especially Ellis fam and you guys that want to come out to Africa, please. Like it's our snake project in Africa is non-profit, and the only way we make money is ecotourism. So anyone that wants to come to Africa, hit me up on Instagram. Like we have accommodations, we have infrastructure. Like it will blow your mind. Like the first time you see an elephant in the wild, most people like either are totally moved or cry.
How do babies do down there?
Really good, man. They survive all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a baby. I know. I got a wife who desperately wants to go. Donald was helping us arrange our honeymoon to South Africa before our first child unexpectedly got in the way.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to make good on that.
Yeah, I mean Travis, when he came out, he didn't want to bring their kids, and it's kind of unfounded. South Africa is like Africa light. Like it's got infrastructure and you can go and do stuff and all that, and once you go into the bush it gets kind of gnarly, and malaria is not really there, disease isn't really there, so it's like really safe. And where we are, it's like close to sharks, close to elephants, close to hippos, rhinos, everything's within 45 minutes.
Man, that is a lot of critters in 45 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
And if we
very little malaria, you say? I'll see you for Christmas.
If we come over, are we volunteering to do something? Are we helping out, or?
So there's different things. If people are on have no budget, we have a work exchange program where they can help with the snakes and that, and then they basically stay for essentially free, but they're working. And then if you pay a little bit of money, you can work a little bit and do adventure stuff. And if you want to do the whole like I am Michael Phelps or Jason Ellis, where I'm like I want to fly my own jet in, like we can do that too.
What? I don't.
Yeah.
Fly my own jet. What the fuck are you talking about? We should do a show.
Michael
there.
Phelps, dude, he would be amazing. He's like such a huge shark fan. Like really, really like changed his whole. I mean, he's made his living underwater, and like after that shark show, he really got changed on that. So that'd be.
I would love to book that guy too.
Yeah.
Any of those guys on the show would be great.
Yeah, he's cool as hell.
Donald, you listed just now like myriad insane things that you've done and just laughed at. But is there anything that you actually fear?
The establishment, hey?
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
That's deep.
No,
you fucking champion. Oh man.
I hate being told what to do. There's something in me. It's like maybe I'm an anarchist or whatever. But this idea of not being able to live my life freely scares me. So like here in the States, if I want to go to Yosemite and jump off a rock, it's illegal. If I want to jump off a rock and die, it's legal. I'm like, well, how are you protecting me from myself doing this?
Gotcha.
That's the trip. So like the idea of being free for me, it's like that movie Into the Wild. It's like that's where I feel like I am in my life, where I'm like, I don't need all the stuff. I lived in Playa Vista and had a Tesla and a house and all that shit and didn't make me happy. So I'm like, okay, what will? Because I have a very short amount of time on this earth. So for me, it's like being free of the establishment, whatever that is a big thing. The idea that I have to be here and live in LA it scares me.
But not centipedes. They're not scary?
No, not at all. It scares spiders a little bit, but you have to have something.
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Yeah.
I think we need to break to rejoin with Will.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
All right, we'll be back.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103.
Stick around. More with Jason Ellis right after this.
If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. That's the problem growing businesses have. All because of the hodgepodge of business systems. One for accounting, another for sales, another for inventory. If that's you, you know it's a mess and it takes too much of your time and resources, and it hurts your bottom line. You need NetSuite by Oracle. It's cloud-based business management software that gives you visibility and control you need to grow. With NetSuite, you save time, money, and unneeded headaches by managing sales, finance, accounting, orders, and HR instantly from your desktop or your phone. That's why NetSuite is the world's #1 cloud-based system. No, cloud business system? Sure. Companies use NetSuite grow 3 times faster than S&P 500. Yeah, And now, NetSuite is offering available insight with the free guide 7 key strategies to grow your profits at netsuite.com/Ellis. At netsuite.com/Ellis to download the free guide 7 key strategies to grow your profits at netsuite.com/Ellis.
Jason Ellis on Faction Talk.
Sometimes I stare at my balls in the shower to see which one wiggles the most.
I've just recently learned that my balls are essentially odorless.
I have just recently smelt your balls, and you're right.
I miss my balls. We will be reunited.
I miss my balls too. Yeah, well, New York's not giving them back, buddy.
The Jason Ellis Show.
Will's news.
I got a veritable hodgepodge of news for you today, Jason.
What's veritable mean?
I don't know.
Good. Let's move on then.
Over 9 million people are predicted to watch a certain television show tonight.
Is Game of Thrones doing a new show or something?
No.
I Love Lucy.
Is it America's Got Talent?
It is not.
Is it Jolt or Vibe or,
No. It's the
Zwazam.
Democratic presidential debate.
Oh, big TV with Donald Trump.
Well,
is he on it? He's great. Everyone loves him, right?
This is about 20 boring people who are going to try to stand out from the other boring people.
Is Ben Glebe in this?
Of dethroning the current reigning champion.
Did he make it?
He is not.
He didn't make it. Nobody gave him the money.
I didn't
needed
see his name.
Still running.
50,000, 60,000 donors, individual donors of any amount to be able to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm not aware from having reached that.
Oh. Well, don't give up. Donate now.
Next debate. Maybe he'll be in
Glebe2020.com, I think.
Mm-hmm. Do you think these guys will be able to, any of them will be able to make themselves look interesting whatsoever?
Well, I haven't seen them, so
Yeah.
I can't just say that.
Have they considered naked backflips?
I don't know.
They're pretty funny. I got to tell you, they're very funny.
I'm not going to be watching this, but, maybe
Unless Elizabeth Warren's doing a naked backflip.
Yeah.
In which case, boing, yoing, yoing, yoing.
Yeah.
You got to do it in slow-mo so you can see the hole.
What's your strategy when you do this sort of thing? Because there's 20 people standing up there, and you gotta make yourself stand out. So do you do something kind of shocking or say something?
Drop
crazy?
the C-bomb.
Yeah, could do that.
Bring your own sound effect machine.
Are these people anybody that anyone's ever heard of before, or is this their first time showing up? We're all going to be like,
Who cares?
The first night only really has Elizabeth Warren and maybe Beto as well-known people.
Cory Booker's pretty well known. Bill de Blasio is the mayor of New York, although he's not really all that well known. No,
Yeah,
watching
if you're
this
a politics
stuff is,
nerd, you know the names, but that's about it.
I know most of these people, but watching this stuff is just I can't think of many worse things to watch on television.
Yeah, I'm not going to be watching that. I might wait till the heat's on or something.
Yeah. You know what? It is kind of like...
There's no heat here.
It's like, you know how annoying it is when the political advertisements come on TV around election time?
Yes.
It's like if those became sentient beings and just talked to each other for 3 hours.
Right. But it's also like you're like somebody who watches just the finals of basketball.
I am?
Yeah. You don't participate in the season then.
Oh, of politics?
Yes.
No, I do. I just think that what they say when they're on stage for that has very little to do with what they actually substantially want to do as politicians. I'm more interested in what they want to do than the slogans that they roll out there for these things.
Right.
But, Will, you were saying that someone should do something to set themselves apart from their competitors.
Yeah.
I think somebody should go like how Leslie Nielsen used to do and bring like a fake fart box when you do interviews. Did you ever see any of that footage?
Yeah, that was his thing.
Yeah, he would have a fart box hidden on him, and in mid-sentence he would push a button and make it sound like he would fart and then get all embarrassed. So there's like all these clips on the internet of Leslie Nielsen fake farting in interviews and then just watching the interviewer giggle.
That's amazing.
As somebody who rewatched Naked Gun this weekend as well,
Yeah.
I think that they should do the thing that he did where you put the microphone on and then forget it's on and then go to the bathroom and take a leak for like 5 minutes. You got to stand out from the pack.
Yeah.
You worry about just make an impression. Worry about making it good later.
It's got to be more than a funny hat.
When you started, or not when you started, but at a certain time in your acting career, you worked right here in this facility, didn't you?
Worked here, worked on the 8th floor. We did craft theater on the 8th floor.
Yeah.
8H.
What sort of shows?
Montgomery Theater. Robert Montgomery presents.
Those are all dramatic offerings, live television?
Heavy-duty dramatic offerings.
Yeah.
No comedy.
Yeah. And do you have a collection of stories about live television in the old days when it really was live and all that sort of
when
thing?
you really made mistakes. I remember doing a show one time with
Man, he was a gangster.
Albert Decker.
This
It
is
was called
10 minutes
My Eyes
long.
Have
When
a
does he
Wet
start
Nose.
farting?
It was about a seeing eye dog.
Oh, wait a minute.
My eyes have a wet
He's
nose.
scrolling through it to see.
Yeah, look in the comments. Usually somebody will
we
just be
went
like,
out
if
to
you're looking for
Morristown
farts,
and,
it's
I
here.
played the instructor, and we shot out there and came back and did the thing on the stage. It was.
Or
I
you
think
can
on
watch
CBS.
it
And
play it
I
later.
come in to
6
present
minutes.
his dog to him, which is a very moving.
All this to get to a fart.
Really high on it, and people who don't like it or didn't watch it, it's just, it's one or the other with them. There's no in between.
Now, you had not done a great deal of comedy before Airplane, had you? Or
Well, just a little bit.
Yeah. And like what? What would have been a comedy role?
He was the fucking best.
Right. He didn't do comedy. He was well known as like a dramatic guy.
Yeah.
Straight up until Airplane, and then he just played against type. And
Was he in a car crash?
I don't think so.
You mean a head injury made him change?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I just knew him from, comedy as a kid. And then finding out that he did serious stuff, you look at him and it's like, he's got that fucking bravado and that voice where it makes sense.
Yeah, when you
It's
see
cool
the
that he can do
dramatic
both.
stuff, you keep on waiting for him to, because it's the exact same thing. You just keep on waiting for him to do something stupid,
Right.
and he never does. It's like Naked Gun with all the jokes cut out.
Yeah, you mentioned that car accident. People do change when they have head injuries a lot of times. I read this story about Mel Blanc, the guy who did like all the voices of cartoons growing up, Bugs Bunny and Porky, all that stuff. And he went into a coma after a car accident. And the only way he came out of the coma was finally his kids going in there and, hey, do Bugs Bunny. And he started talking as the characters. They would say, hey, Bugs Bunny, what are you doing? And he'd be like, yeah, he would start doing it while he was in a coma. That's how he came out of the coma, because they were talking to a different part of his brain.
Did you write to Mel Blanc as a kid?
I sent him a cassette of me doing voices, and he listened to the cassette, and he wrote me a handwritten letter back, which is like my prized possession.
And it says,
How do you know
Will,
he
kill
listened?
yourself.
No, it
Take a
didn't.
hike, clown.
No, he actually gave me practical advice, because I did like his Martian voice.
Yeah.
And other stuff, and he was like, hey, your Martian voice is great, but you got to develop your own characters and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's what's really going to, he wrote me
And
a
thus
lot.
Hate Bean was born.
Right. That's how it all started.
That's the day the Will Pendarvis character was born.
That's
Little
I
Timmy
am
Robinson
hot
was
for
like,
you.
the world will know me as Will Pendarvis.
Right. From NPR, this story, 84% of people surveyed said Americans are angrier today compared with a generation ago.
Those people should fuck off.
a goddamn monster!
I'd like to see them say that to my face.
When asked about their own feelings, 42% of those polled said they were angrier in the past year than they had previously been in life.
That will rip your soul out of your face.
We're pissed.
So 40% of Americans are angry, but 80% of Americans think we're angry.
Right, exactly. It's still a pretty good jump if 42% of people are angrier than they were, right?
It's just like everybody who isn't a Kardashian or friends with them is angry.
Well, we all know that's bad for your health.
Not being a Kardashian?
No, being angry.
Yeah, nah, science, man.
I
Google.
sometimes worry that my neuroses are negatively affecting my health.
Oh yeah,
and then
I don't want to worry you, but
And then
yeah,
I get
you're
neurotic.
worried.
I get neurotic about being neurotic. But then it's like, well, wait a second. That fucking goofy old pervert Woody Allen's like 1 billion years old, and he's still going.
That's why you just got to do now. Do
Yeah.
right now. Don't do like. I feel like if I did heroin or something that made me really feel like, oh my God, I feel really sick, and then I just did that the next day, that would start to. If I was like addicted to feeling really shitty the next day, that would worry me. But apart from that, or I don't know, even Donald jumping, squirrel diving. Apart from squirrel diving and taking snake venom. I don't know what it is that he fucking is doing, crazy bastard. You should just really try and enjoy your life, you know?
Yeah. Besides, Kevin, your real problems are probably something you haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, and plus,
I'll get there.
You mentioned Woody Allen.
So fucked.
You mentioned Woody Allen, but there are literally millions of people who are younger than him that are dead.
And you don't know what Woody Allen's life is like because you see him now. He doesn't show what he looks like right now. Like right now, he is dead. He is so fucking dead. He is a raisin with like small berry eyes. He is a toadstool of a man, crippled, hunched over, fucking testicle sack of a man with some pubes on the top of his head. He's a dust storm of himself.
And with any luck, you will be too one day.
Yeah, sure. If you go Google him now, it'll show you somewhat relevant, but not that right. Because he's probably bedridden.
Well, I mean, before the outrage society caught up with him.
I don't care. I just say whatever.
And was like, wait a second, those things he did were bad.
Look at him.
He was doing a movie a year.
He's dead eye, pube head. He's hideous. He's like a monster.
Oh, I mean, he was never an attractive man.
Yeah, but now he's like full. He's gone. That's not even him. He doesn't even know he's there.
Aw.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
At the risk of stealing your headline thunder, Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife passed away. Speaking of people who
I didn't
are
know that.
no longer among us.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, at 51 years old.
That's not very old.
No.
How did she die? Did she get hit by a car or something?
No, throat cancer.
Oh, fuck.
Geez.
She had been dealing with it for a while. She had chemo. She didn't care for chemo, and she decided to try her luck with alternative therapy. She went in with her eyes open. No, she went in with her eyes open, and she said, "Look, I chemo's just not for me. I can't do it. I can't go out like that.
It's not worth it."
And look, she literally said, "You guys will be able to judge how valuable these alternative therapies are because either I'll get the last laugh or traditional medicine will, and either way, you guys will get to see what happens."
Right.
So,
wow, sounds good.
Well, thanks for the entertainment.
Well, and talking about
sorry to her family.
Kevin's, being neurotic and people being angry and stress, like at work, stuff like that. How does somebody listening to the show? How do you, Jason? How can you eliminate that? Because you've got to be able to outthink that shit, right?
That's what I tried to do.
How?
Reminders. When you feel it and you get that familiar sting and you're like, "Hey, fuck you, shut up." It's stuff like that. I feel like as I go, I pick up more tips and tools, or I'll try to turn it into a positive. I'll try and put it into some sort of writing, or I'm working on trying to do some stand-up, so I'll see if there's any angles on it. I take something bad that's happening, and then I recognize it, and then try to flip it into something positive or talk myself out of it.
Because I think now more than ever, there are people who are just trolling other people and saying, you ever get into an argument with a friend, and like a really pissed off argument, and then there are certain places you will not go with that friend, Mm-hmm. Like you won't say, "Oh, hell, your mom died of cancer," or whatever, something horrible that you're really going to hurt them with. You'll say certain things, and with the anonymous nature of the internet, people just go full tilt to make, especially in politics, make the other side pissed off. And I think getting caught up in that shit is really we're going to see how that affects our health down the road. It'd be great to come up with a solution to it anyway, of how you can not feel all that shit in your life.
Don't do it.
Don't participate.
I mean, if it's the kind of thing that might be shortening your life because it's that much of a drama, then yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, don't participate. That's
yeah. There's things that there's people that I have worked with that I've said things and had their fans and be all angry and now that my fans angry and then I realized that I don't like that. It's not fun for me. Right. I'm not enjoying my life, and we can be either being competitive or whatever it is that you're trying that has got you in this position. It has turned out to be something that you do not enjoy with your day-to-day existence. Right. So made a mental note. Don't do that. I see things where I get triggered all the time, and I go, oof, and I go, nah, because you know what? This is way better. I can tell. I feel like I'm less fun to follow now to all the people that do the social media trolley thing, because you don't really get that much fun out of me anymore.
Right.
It's just kind of, if you say really weird shit, I'm like, I don't know, okay. Because to me, it's like judging in a contest. There's 4 judges, and the really high one or the really low one is thrown out.
Right.
Because it's kind of irrational.
Right. I get that.
And you're trying to do. It's your life. Even if there is one after this one, this is still one, and it's yours. Don't listen to anybody. You know, if you care about something or you care about somebody, then you want to discuss how's the best way to make you and these other bodies happy. Sure. But if it's just you, your gut, like what you want to do with your life, fuck. I don't mean, it's just where I come from. Fuck everybody.
Right.
Fucking listening to you.
That's what you're saying. What Kevin said is kind of the same thing, which is you were saying you see something that's going to trigger you, whatever, and you say, nah. And Kevin's talking about when you start feeling that thing, you just, turn it into something. I found in my life that stress was my big problem, and just realizing that that's not going to help anything and that the situation is what it is has gone a long way, man. I don't get stressed like I used to.
I think being overly prepared for those bad days is, for me, that's the biggest one that I've learned. I feel like all the, did I eat? Did I rest? Did I work out? Did I meditate? All the things that you're supposed to do did I stretch? All the things, did I do a bunch of stuff all day while doing my things that helps me be ready for when the shit hits the fan? And, little shits. Doesn't have to be, somebody can hit your fucking car. You had nothing to do with it. And you're like, fuck, man, day ruiner. Or it can be like, oh, that's crazy. Of all things, like you just wrecked my car, man. And you go about your day a different way because you were ready for it, kind of.
I'm kind of in that middle spot between, oh, shit, and, oh, that's funny. I'm like, it is what it is. That happened. What am I going to do?
It's a weird thing where I start to feel a little bit like Donald Schultz, where if you start to cut off the how big things are and how less emotional, if you're less emotionally attached to stuff, then your love of things, how it's like, well, death is not that big of a deal. You start to feel like reality existing is not that big of a deal sometimes if you're that okay with being here or not being here, or
right,
the rationalizing everything too much. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, man. What do you could just care about, like Donald, just think about, fuck it, I'll bounce off the rock or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but
he's insane is what they
it's a little bit there.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, Will.
I think Tully posed a question earlier in the week, last week, about what would happen if we had billions of dollars suddenly. And I don't know if you're basing this on reality or not, but
I'd have a titty pool.
There's an asteroid worth about
$700
quintillion in precious metals.
Unobtainium?
Hey, baby. No, I think it's mostly gold, iron, nickel.
Wait, there's tons of gold still?
This asteroid, which is called Psyche 16, is between Mars and Jupiter right now. And if we got a hold of it and split it up amongst everybody on Earth.
Yeah, that sounds like humankind. We'll split it up equally.
No, but I'm just saying, giving you a sense of how how much money it's worth. If you split it amongst every human on Earth,
yes,
every single person on the planet would get
everybody
close
gets a bastard?
$1 trillion.
So all we've got to do is just get this meteor?
Because I like to party.
You could.
Yeah, there's been times in Zimbabwe when everybody had their hands on $1 trillion. That's usually when dollars are worthless.
Exactly. That's what happens.
Shit.
It's supply and demand.
But still, I don't know about you guys, but if everybody had trillions of dollars and it was all gold and shit, I know it would be totally played out, but I would still have mad gold chains, yo.
Yeah, people use
I would
gold
have
to
gold
like
shoelaces and
pave
shit.
their driveway.
Wait, Ellis, do you have gold eyelashes? Yep, gold-plated eyelashes. Twink, twink.
Well, right, but we do. But
Yeah, I get it. Twink, twink.
You know that, like, relative to almost everybody listening to this has shit that like medieval kings could never dream of having. Once everybody has it, it's amazing how fast it loses its value. Owning a car is fucking unbelievable. Just traveling in a car is unbelievable relative to all of humankind 200 years ago.
Right.
And then we all get it, and it's just a fucking car. And then it just becomes about what car.
Race car.
Or how new is the car.
Man, it's cool every time.
Gold driveways would become passe within 15 years.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah. If everybody had that much gold, yeah, totally.
That should be gold plated. It could be gold.
Just solid
melt
gold.
the ground. You rip the ground up. It's too soft.
It would look cool.
Gold plated.
All right. Let's talk drugs.
All right, finally.
The UN Office on Drugs and Crime made 2 announcements today that were both real bad news.
Hey, everybody. I got bad drug news for all those guys that were going to do a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Listen up.
The global number of people who take opioids is 56% higher than they previously estimated.
Everybody's doing opioids.
Pound for pound.
And the other announcement was cocaine production has jumped to a new record.
Everybody's doing cocaine.
I feel like bad news for them is sometimes good news for me.
I was going to say, right?
Because that kind of...
I know that's a cold-hearted way to look at it, Michael, but we also enjoy roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, no. What are we going to do with all this cocaine? Yeah, doesn't that kind of play into that previous story? Like,
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, you're all going to be losers and I'm going to win because you're all high, not sleeping, and dulled out.
Yeah, if there's an insane cocaine surplus, doesn't that mean it's going to be like $1 an ounce?
I didn't do the supply and the demand on the coke. That wasn't where my thoughts were on this story.
Yeah,
Mine neither. Just
everybody was
going to
be addicted to coke and painkillers is what I have got from
the
that.
The number of opioid users was revised to 53 million people. That's a lot of people. It upgraded its global estimate for addicts and people who need drug treatment by 15% to 35 million people. That means,
dang.
Just looking at these numbers, that means most people that are doing drugs need treatment.
Yeah, that's what the feds always say.
This is
fucking
the
feds.
This is not the feds.
Oh, who's this?
This is the United Nations.
Fucking United
It's all the
Nations.
feds put together,
Yeah,
Will.
those narcs.
And
Nancy Reagan thought everybody using drugs needed to go to rehab,
yeah,
too.
I guess drugs aren't that bad. Anyway, in 2017, 4,000
You really have a
people-
way of shutting down rational conversation, Will. No, I'm just joking.
Go ahead, Will.
You have a way of shutting down conversation. In 2017, 4,000 people in Canada died from lethal opioid doses, but as long as Tully gets to party, who cares? Fuck them.
But that's only 4,000 people. What is that, like a quarter of Canada?
That's 4,000 people.
Is that heroin or
that,
the painkillers?
That's both. In the United States, how many people died of the same? Canada has
50,000.
4,000. You're close. 47,000 people.
It was way more of us.
Or about 10 times
Way.
about 10 times the population.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, though. I mean, it's a tragedy.
Is it phenolyn?
Of course, if one person
People doing
dies.
phenolyn?
No, it's actual opioid overdose.
Well, look, you're doing lots of painkillers, or you're doing lots of heroin, and everybody knows that when you do lots of heroin, you can die. I'm sorry, but I'm really not. It's not the heroin. It's the how fucked up you are in the first place. Because when you start injecting heroin, you already don't really want to live that much. I know, I've done it. That's why I did it.
I disagree.
You
Well,
don't
there
do
are
it
still-
recreationally. You don't do. You're fucking down and out. when you do that.
I think that's traditionally been true, except that there are still many people walking among us who weren't that kind of person, didn't have necessarily those kinds of issues, had a doctor prescribe them pain medication, and they used it for years, and then when it became easier or cheaper for them to start using heroin, started using heroin.
Yeah, but that's.
There's a generation of opioid addicts who don't fit the traditional description.
You can't go from having painkillers to scoring heroin. You can't. You do that, that's it.
I think once you
hurt yourself, you got the painkillers, and that's it. If you're still in pain, you go to the doctor, and they I mean,
you
even
gotta do
people.
something different.
Yeah, just I don't know. You don't get heroin. You get heroin. It's because it's no longer the pain. I don't know. I just don't believe in America that there's people that, well, the government won't take. You know, I'm in so much pain and they won't give me a prescription anymore. So now I'm gonna get heroin.
No,
It's like,
no.
You're not that hurt anymore.
It's not that.
No, it's not
That's
that.
why they didn't give it to
No,
you.
you're doing the heroin to not get high, but to not get sick.
No, but you just have, dude. If you get prescription pills and you get addicted to them, you don't go. You get off. You go cold turkey. You don't go get heroin.
Well,
You got the two
yeah,
options that
sounds
happen
like a
when you
great
can't.
idea. Yeah,
You just can't. There's no. But it's not even it's a junky option. For you to go, hey man, do you know anyone that can get some actual heroin? Because I've heard you've heard bullshit. You fucking know what you're about to do because you're stinging for more painkillers because you already fucking abused them in the first place. If you're in pain, the doctor gives you more.
Yeah. No,
and if you're in pain, then you get more, so you don't need heroin. If you get heroin, it's because the doctor said, I'm not giving you any more. You're not in that much pain.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. But for example, my
Your whole life is over if you go, does anyone know where to get some smack? You're already in trouble because of the injury and whatnot.
Yeah,
And they gave you these meds that made you addicted to them.
you were in trouble.
But you gotta be joking me.
Absolutely.
The only reason you already know that, you know what I mean, like people like Artie Langs and stuff, because you already did smack in the first place. That's how you know how to get that guy in the first place. Everybody.
I don't think that's true. I mean, look.
How hard is it to get? Do you know people that get you heroin?
I'm sure I can make a couple of calls, but here's the deal.
I didn't know.
I have a relative, let's say, that's well into her 80s.
Yeah.
And her doctor just kept prescribing her more and more opioid pain medication.
Was she in pain?
She was
Okay.
initially, and then
But then the pain went away and she just took them.
Well, it's hard to know when you're not in pain if you still have pain.
That's bullshit.
But the doctor, irresponsibly, in my opinion, in fact, I think it was the same doctor who prescribed the guy from Three Doors Down, the guy that's no longer with us in Three Doors Down. Anyway, in my opinion, irresponsibly prescribed these drugs. And yeah, it's really difficult if you're doing a lot of them to come off of that. And your natural thing is, instead of being in this hellish nightmare of cold turkey stopping, which is also can be dangerous depending on how much you're doing, I'm going to do heroin, which is cheaper. Yes, all of that's a mistake even before you buy the heroin, for you to be doing that many pain medications, you know? It's just a terrible, sad road to go down.
I did overhear a conversation recently where people were talking about how many pills some person was taking a day, and the other person was like, "Yeah, I did that," and it was like several at a time painkiller thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what? How the hell? How do you? Because I've had like my bone came out, man, and they gave me Percocets. I've done oxys before when I broke both my wrists and my elbows. And I've done heroin. It felt good as I know. But you know when you're gonna do the one where it's like, I'm not that hurt anymore, but I fucking need it. It feels really good.
You do.
You do.
You do.
So I just can't. It's different. It'd be different if it was you're talking to a guy that didn't do it. I did it.
Some people aren't that strong.
I've done well, you got it, but you're not that. I don't think it's your value of your life. I figured, and I didn't have any kids or anything at the time, but if I did, that would have made it an even easier decision. But I just thought, I really thought if you keep doing that, you're gonna die. It's such a big, you're gonna die sign every time you do it. You can't think that that's gonna work out for a long period of time.
Yeah. That's a bad road.
But if you're listening, there's just any other option. I would say don't get your friend to get heroin. Do every other thing.
Yeah.
To get off the pit, do the rehab thing, and especially if you're a person that has never done it and then you got addicted to it all of a sudden, if you get off it, you'll be all right. If you do the rehab thing or whatever, get it out of your system, and then don't go back to it, you'll be all right.
There are lots of places that do outpatient shit. You can keep doing your job, all that. I know a lot of people have been in motorcycle
I just
accidents.
think it's
and
the
other
worst one.
accidents
It's the saddest one because it switches off so much of you. You don't know who you are anymore. You don't see any of your life anymore. You know, I know so many people that died of heroin overdoses. I had tons of friends that did it, but before they went, they were already gone. You know? I know people that have bounced back from it too. Bounced back from being way into them. So anybody can get out of it. You just got to really want it.
Steve-O, there's an answer for you.
There you go.
Speaking of my many addictions, gambling worldwide has kind of leveled off. So every casino is looking for ways to get ahead of the competition.
I was going to say they need to figure out a new way to gamble.
They got it.
They did internet to teach me how to do it on the internet because it's impossible. I can't do it.
And
Really?
new dealers.
I tried to gamble on that fight for the Jessica I thing, and I could you need Bitcoin. I'm like, you need to fuck
Give it a
off.
year. You'll get an app for California that'll be legal.
Oh, is that why?
It's coming. And
so
the big companies are
as soon
going
as it's
to
a California app, then it'll just be basic.
It's got to pass the California legislature for it to be legal here. So you can't sports gamble in California.
Oh, that's why it's okay.
But like Fox you're going to be able to like bet on the Fox Sports app and the ESPN app and do all that sort of stuff.
Shit. So wait, they get the money? Or they get a piece of it?
Unless you are smarter than the bookie and make all the right bets, they would eventually get the cash. They'd be the house.
The house always wins.
Well, I don't know. I just gambling. I know there's people that have a problem with it, just like people have a problem with drinking.
Right.
But you
can't just. What about all the people that want to bet on a fight and they enjoyed it and they made some money or they didn't? I don't see why it should be illegal.
You'd pull up the ESPN Plus app and then be able to say, I want to bet on Holly Holm.
Right.
X
Especially
amount
if
of
it's
money in
that
my
where
account.
you've got your credit card. It's not like, hey man, you know what I mean, you give me $1,000 and you don't have the $1,000. You know what I mean? It's in your credit card and you're only going to be as good as your card's worth, and that's the end of it. You know.
And what about people who do bumps responsibly?
Like Mick Jagger allegedly. I mean, can you do what is the thing that you do that is like cocaine? That the pharmaceutical version.
Ritalin.
Yeah. What about? I mean, people do Ritalin every day, so that is cocaine responsibly.
Prescription. Yeah, I'm on medicinal cocaine.
Right there you go. Homie over here is fucking straight up.
I'm flying over here.
Well, in gambling, they're starting to use artificial intelligence
to bet.
Well, the casino operators in Macau, which is a Chinese territory, I believe.
It's like the mega Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, it is the center of global gambling. They're starting to deploy hidden cameras along with facial recognition technology and digitally enabled poker chips to track the gamblers. And they say that within a short amount of time, they know who's going to be paying off for them in large amounts. And they say that because they can tell what your bankroll is pretty quickly, and then they can also tell what your risk aversion is. And if you're a risky kind of person and you got some money, you're going to be their best customer.
But if you're a smart gambler, will they try to like shoo you away?
No, but I think they would really try to take care of the people who are going to give them buckets of money. You know,
There's always been the whales. It's just a better mousetrap to trapping them.
Right. Instead of the whales, now you're getting some big fish, and then maybe some little medium-sized fish in there, and really squeezing every penny you can out of them.
What size is the Will Pendarvis fish?
It's a tadpole, right?
Big fish,
It's a big
man.
whale.
It's a frog.
It's small. I did win money a couple of weekends ago in Vegas.
I'm sorry, you did a what?
I did win some money in Vegas a couple of weekends ago.
Just you came up.
I did.
Pretty big.
Yeah, bigger than I would have thought.
Yeah, Will Saab's got big
really?
20-inch rims now.
Did you blow any of it on your affliction girlfriend?
Hey.
That's not
She's listening all the
true.
time.
Yeah.
Portia's great, and she's not going out with me.
Portia's a very nice person.
She's going out with me.
Never get near anyone like me.
You're great, Will. You're a great person
I'm
to be
just not
around.
Portia's cup of tea.
And
You
you're
don't know
a
that?
jackpot winner now.
Yes, I
And
am.
you're rich.
I'm rich, good looking.
What'd you buy? Did you buy anything?
Yeah, for somebody else.
I said, did you buy anything?
I bought a couple of watches and.
Oh, you fucking got a lot of. A couple watches. That's crazy. So you won a lot.
It was good for.
Yeah, Will.
The bet. Yep.
You love
Good for you,
watches,
man.
huh? I remember a couple Ellis Manias ago. I think you hit something pretty nice.
Yeah, and I bought a watch.
Yeah,
It's traditional.
watch guy.
That's
Man,
what he's into.
That
Yeah.
one that he left at the Dew Tour is fucking heavy.
Yeah, I like heavy watches, but mostly I buy like a Nixon watch or something. You know, like a
Yeah,
good
I get it,
one.
man. If I ever came up big, I always wanted a gold rollie. I always had those dudes, those Canadian diamond guys. They show me them all the time.
Oh,
Every now and
yeah.
then, I'm like, man, I don't. It's not in my. I can't afford to buy a piece of jewelry like that.
Well, no, not a Rolex.
It's like
Holy
15 grand or
shit,
something.
Yeah, that's crazy to wear around on your wrist. I mean, this is one of the watches I bought. It's a Nixon, and already the faceplate is all scraped up on it. And if this was like a $15,000 watch, that would be a real bummer.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you see the story about the guy who lived after the bear attack in Russia?
Well, I know that it might be maybe true or maybe not true, but after Donald, I mean, people, he walked over to an elephant with his finger at it, guys.
Right.
And
It's
stop
on
it.
video, you guys. He's on video. It's like he fish hooked a shark and made it swim away. Like the level of. He is the ballsiest dude. He's the craziest motherfucker
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Well, there's video of this Russian guy too, which is why I am skeptical. Take a look at it. I could be totally
Wait, there's
wrong.
video of the
Yeah,
fight.
let me just tell you what happened.
No.
No. But supposedly, this bear, got this guy in his cave, and then kept him there like you'd keep a can of soup to eat later.
Stored them?
Yeah.
And the guy had a broken spine,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he couldn't move,
Right.
and said that he has been surviving on his own urine.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He and they
Wait,
said
you said he was with a kid?
he looked like a
No.
looked like
Oh.
a mummy when they found him.
30 days he had been in there, right?
Yeah.
What? That is alive. Wait, he's alive?
Yeah.
What's on his face? Oh!
The mummy speaks.
Oh,
He says his name.
His flesh is rotting.
Oh!
Can you play it again where he talks? What is his name's Alexander, I think.
he's
Yeah.
like that guy in Seven when they find him, like the junkie guy tied
Yeah.
to the bed. He looks
Uh-huh.
like that.
Okay.
He managed to explain he was attacked and dragged inside the den. He broke his spine, and he said the bear preserved me as food for later.
Как тебя зовут? Александр.
Oh!
Alexander.
Not a muscle flinches. The eyes move, and the mouth even looks a little marionette.
We're claiming it's fake. Is that what's-
To the best of my knowledge, I'm the only person who's calling bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to tell out of Russia what's real and what's not.
Yeah, those guys look crazy anyway.
That guy looks crazy.
This
Looks
guy
like
looks
a poop monster.
very trashed.
Yeah, that guy got trashed somehow. Might as well have been a bear.
I don't see how his eyes are even real.
Yeah, and why did somebody just go into a cave and be like, a mummy man? We have to
how'd
save
they
him.
find him?
Oh,
Good
right.
point.
I think it's supposed to be that somebody was near the cave with dogs for some reason. They were trying to pull the dogs elsewhere, but the dogs were like, no, in the cave, in the cave.
All right.
Alexander's in there.
And the guy that discovered him said he thought it was a mummy.
Yeah, because he would have thought it was a mummy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's true, you guys. Maybe it's true.
Maybe it is.
Maybe that dude's still going to die, right?
Maybe.
I mean, is he going to live? Because that's a lot of sores.
Yeah, his flesh
Yeah.
does not look in good shape.
And if the bear was keeping him
Why did they not
for,
wash him? Or is
for
that
like a year or keeping him for a month for food, why did he not, why aren't there pieces of him missing?
No, like you would put
because he was keeping him
yeah,
for food
if
later?
you keep a can of food in your cupboard.
Yeah, you don't eat. You wait for it, man.
Yeah, but I'm not going to
pieces.
keep like an unexposed steak on my counter for
Right,
a month.
because it would rot.
Well,
He's keeping it alive.
That's
to
why
keep
I wouldn't do that.
Maybe he's keeping it alive to keep it fresh, like a lobster.
If you come over my place and you see a rotting piece of steak that's been on the counter
It's
for a
not
month,
rotting, it's
I'm not
alive.
doing that because I'm going to eat it one day. I'm doing an experiment.
You're not a bear.
Would you keep a live chicken in your apartment to eventually kill it and eat it versus just having a dead chicken sitting there for a month?
I don't think for a month though.
If you didn't have
Like,
a refrigeration.
pull the trigger, bear. Eat the fucking guy. A month. When was
God,
Maybe
you're
the
root-
bear just recently ate something else really big.
Kevin roots for the bear in this story. I can't.
I'm not. I'm rooting for logic.
Well, here are a couple of stories that are not shocking whatsoever.
Okay.
And these are just things that, of course, this happened. A substitute teacher was fired after she allegedly filmed pornography inside a classroom at a high school in Texas.
She filmed a pornography, like somebody fucked her on camera in the school.
Right.
I'll take it, Seacrest.
That's
Cool.
crazy.
That rules.
The school calls it an improper criminal incident.
It was a girl, yeah?
I believe so, even though the story does not
Did a student
say.
rail her, or was
No,
it
no, I
another
don't
with a
think
porn
so. They
star?
would have said something. It's the El Campo High School. There were no students or staff involved, it does say. That's in El Campo, Texas. Apparently this happened.
Somebody was bound to do that sooner or later.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Not shocking to me. Another not shocking story is in Honolulu.
Yeah.
Some old letter carrier post office guy died, and they found
Volcano hit him?
11,000 letters in his attic.
Wait, so he kept letters?
Yeah, he just kept them.
I knew it.
He was not doing his route. He just like piled them up in the corner and forgot about
Well, I'm
them.
glad he died.
What? That's so
Fucking asshole.
mean.
No, it's not. What about all those letters that we wanted?
They're from like 13 to 15 years ago.
Yeah, well, I wanted it back then. And now I'll never know what
Did you
Rachel
though?
was saying. Maybe she was going to say, will you go out with me, tick yes or no in this box? And I just didn't tick the box. And now I never didn't get to fuck Rachel.
If
You
I
fucking mailman cocksucker.
if someone stole all of my U.S. post office mail
Yeah.
for 3 years,
Yeah.
there's probably like one thing in there that I wanted, and the rest is junk mail. Honestly, I can't think of a letter that I've received.
Well, apparently, Katie told me I got yoga pants in the mail. And they're these yoga shorts from Yoga Warrior or whatever that they sent us stuff that when we did that yoga class one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because my shorts, they're like small shorts, and I noticed that Tyson Fury wears small shorts, and now I have somebody to look up to, so I'm like a short, fat, old Tyson Fury, and I found that when I had Tyson Fury pants on, and I went to the boxing gym, that I boxed better than I usually do, because I visualized that I was kind of like Tyson Fury. So it was like I had a little Tyson Fury spice on top of normal Jason Ellis. It made me a better fighter.
When
So
did
that's
you do
why
that?
I need those shorts to visualize. It's all
When did
about
that happen?
visualization.
When did that happen?
It happened on I think it was a Tuesday, the day that I trained with those yoga shorts on, and I immediately ordered more yoga shorts.
Okay, because part of that's got to be superstition.
No, it's not. No,
Gotta
it's
be.
not.
Come on.
No, it's not. No,
No?
short shorts make me feel like Tyson Fury. I used to wear the leggings, the whole compressor shorts.
Right.
And now I want like little compressor, just short shorts. And I found some MMA ones today, and they are not quite the same as what Tyson Fury wears. So it didn't feel quite as good, but it still felt pretty good.
I have read that supposedly people, I don't know how you would divide people up to do this experiment, but people do better on a test when they think professor before they take the test than if people take the exact same test and think soccer hooligan before they take it.
Really?
Just literally the frame of mind that you put yourself in kind of, it's not that it makes you better than you are, but it allows you to unleash either your best or worst
Simple
self.
techniques to make yourself sweet. I watch Tyson Fury videos on YouTube before I go to sleep, and then I pass out, and I wake up early, and I get in a cold shower, and I put on the YouTube down in the radio room when I make coffee, and I go in the radio room every now and then while the coffee's boiling, and I watch Tyson Fury hip pads and do moves, do jab, head fake, and then I fucking go down to the gym, and I listen to Mark Anthony in the car and work on my salsa in the car, and then I fucking turn into Tyson Fury at the gym. What's up? It works.
We all know, we've learned on the show that not only does the placebo effect work, but also if you know you're taking a placebo, it still works.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's why I take multivitamins.
That's why I take
That's why I pull out.
But
Sorry.
when you're talking about something where your input really doesn't matter, for example, let's just say gambling.
Sure. Pulling slots, what have you.
If you were wearing a certain pair of socks, like pink socks, let's say.
Yeah.
With
Lucky socks.
Little sprinkles on them.
Yeah.
And you did really well in gambling, and then the next time you went gambling,
Yeah, you wear those
wore
socks.
those socks.
Yeah. Yep.
And you did well again.
Yes, they're lucky socks.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I got my lucky socks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Are they pink and sparkly?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Even if
fuck
it
yeah.
turns out to be unlucky, that's what it's all about. The moment of knowing that you are lucky.
You know how socks became
Got
a
my
thing?
socks on. Things are going to be good. That's a great moment right there.
I was ahead of the crazy socks movement, and then I dropped out of it. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
How crazy are your socks?
Was there one time, a time where crazy socks let you down?
No.
Oh, okay.
What kind of socks are you wearing today?
Are they crazy?
No, they're just my gay striped socks.
You're saying they're
Oh, yeah, they're rainbows.
Gay pride? Okay.
Yeah, they are. They are. Now, I know that you've said somebody complained to you about poop, Jason.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
That guy can go choke on a turd.
See,
It
that's
wasn't me.
See, I think that the problem with it is not. What I want to do is I want to talk about poop, but in a very responsible and intelligent way.
Okay. Yeah, no, learning from poop.
Yeah, not disgusting.
Let's go, because we're
jokey
analyzing
poop.
it already too much.
We're
All
gonna
right,
have to call it feces and talk like this.
I have a new study about poop and the way people poop, and it's from
I poop upside down.
Healthline.
That's pretty impossible. I mean, if you can do a shitting handstand, I'll probably send you $100. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, get that wallet ready.
See, this is the type of talk we're not doing.
Anyway.
I apologize.
Yeah,
Will.
so I'm trying to do highbrow poop here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Continue, please.
Okay, if you're wildly different than any of this, let me know. Average bowel movement frequency, once a day. Twice a day comes in a close second, but once a day.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about 1.3.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm about 2
Two
to
what?
3.
3? That's gonna be put you in the 7.6 percentile.
Of what? Assholes?
Yes. Average bowel movement time of day. In the morning is the runaway winner.
Yep.
Same.
Average bowel movement consistency. Do you have a sausage or snake, smooth and soft?
Oh, man.
A sausage, but with cracks on the surface.
Is this scientific?
I have a bumpy octopus.
God.
Oh, you have the sausage-like lumpy consistency. That puts you in the 18.9. You're third on the list.
No, I'm not.
Fluffy pieces with ragged edges.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'm
Fluffy.
Let's go. Yeah, fluffy.
What was the lesson here?
No solid pieces. Ooh,
If you don't have solid pieces, it's bad.
that's bad. Yeah.
Everybody knows that, though,
What's
right?
what? Just for the sake of conversation,
Yeah.
what should someone do?
They should probably, I don't know.
See a doctor?
Yeah, probably see a doctor. Go to the hospital.
What if they've
immediately.
already gone to the doctor and pooped in a hat?
Oh,
Okay, all right.
Let's move on.
We'll talk off the air. But yeah, it should be apparently a sausage or snake, smooth and soft.
Good. All right.
Most common food intolerances.
Oh, dairy.
Dairy's number 1. Wheat and gluten number 2.
Sure it is.
Then you got eggs. Corn is number 4. That would be the worst thing ever.
Would
Yeah,
it be,
corn's
though?
in everything.
Corn is in everything.
Corn
is in
syrup.
everything processed.
Yeah.
So if you don't eat
And everything's
processed
processed.
food- not everything.
Chicken eats corn. Does that count?
I don't know. Does it? I don't think so. If you're allergic to corn and you eat a chicken that's eating corn, you think
Yeah.
you rash up?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what if I'm allergic to peanuts and I eat a chicken that ate a peanut?
See, I don't think it works out like that.
Okay.
Unless it was just only on peanuts.
Your most problems with your stomach. Number 1 is heartburn, acid reflux.
Yeah.
2 is IBS.
What's IBS?
Irritable bowel syndrome.
What is that?
I might have number 1 and 2.
What's irritable bowel syndrome? You do diarrhea or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Is it uncontrollable?
I don't know what GERD is.
How
GERD.
Screaming Farts, by the way, submit to ellis@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I will send you the winner, if it's good, will get so much shit, free shit, not poo stuff, gear, good stuff.
I think GERD is in the acid reflux family.
All right.
And really quick on the Screaming Farts, we need video, right, Jason? Not just
Yeah, I
audio.
need proof because otherwise you're lying, as far as I would say.
14% have had a colonoscopy. 16% have visited a gastroenterologist.
Wait, who's visiting a gastroenterologist?
15% of humankind.
Oh, I'm so sad for them.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go. If I go, sure, I'll go because because my bum hurts? I don't want to go to the doctor for when my bum hurts. I don't know, old people, man.
Maybe you got
Dave Mustaine, cancer.
Chronic diarrhea.
You know, this is what happens, man. It's just, you're hanging out, everyone's good, and then you get to like 40 and your face starts to look a bit ugly, or you go bald or some shit, or your wife leaves you.
Then you're at a party and
you think that's bad, man. What about when you're 70 or 60 and you got to go to the doctor and have chemo? Everyone's said chemo now. You guess what? You got cancer in your butter and your eyes or your titties.
And even if not, you've got
fucking
phase
tongue
me.
cancer. Get your shit cut off and then
Phase
stick your
me.
fucking leg on your tongue or something. God.
Happy thoughts.
You gotta do stuff, man. Make the most of it. That's why I'm just always trying to jizz on stuff, Will. Because someone's gonna cut it off. And then what am I gonna do?
Those days will be over.
It'll be over. And I'll look back fondly.
Why do you not poop in public?
Oh, because you go to jail.
Because of the man.
No. I'm saying like in a public restroom.
Wait, I do poop in a public restroom.
Okay, so you wouldn't apply here, but if you don't, lack of privacy is number one. Number two, I don't hold it in. So there are people who are like, I will not hold in my poop no matter what.
It's bad for you. But I don't know if it's that bad to just hold in one time, you know what I mean, for a little bit, but
Embarrassment, germs, it takes too long, shyness.
I just always feel like I don't like dirty stuff on my butt cheeks. My butt cheeks can handle dirty stuff.
Right.
I'll put my butt on a trash can for free. I would.
Me too.
I don't care.
I
My
don't
butt
care.
cheeks can take it. It's like the butt of my feet, my butt. It's not all day. Think about when you're walking down the street and your feet, you don't go, everybody, look out for my feet. It's just,
would you eat something that fell on the floor?
yes.
Constantly.
I don't
Not
give
in
a
the bathroom.
shit, man. I don't care about any of that stuff. You know, you should build your immune system so you can eat dirt.
I get bummed out when
Lick
I
dicks.
poop in public and my penis grazes part of the bowl.
What happened? Oh, no, I've got that. No, I don't like it. See, I got a jacket, but sometimes even when my jacket touches the inside of the bowl, that is like, I go, oh, fuck. I go,
Oh, here we go. I'm
Yeah.
patient zero.
yeah, nah.
No, you got to be real careful about that.
Yeah, that's why I got the lavender hand sanitizer, and if that ever happens, I'll hand sanitize my hands, and then I'll stick my hands down my pants and sanitize my dick
Gotta
jacket, son.
sanitize that meatus.
Holla at your boy. Sanitize dick jacket kind of song goes like this. No.
Preferred method of masking the smell is air freshener.
Oh, we're still doing this, huh?
Followed by exhaust fan. Nothing. Light a match. Potpourri. Courtesy flush.
Yeah.
Incense.
Courtesy flush doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
It seems
If
like it
you
should.
flush
At
right
least
when
not
you
with the
shit
smell.
into the bowl, that'll work. But then you get the thing to flick up in my hearing the poopy. That's bad.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It takes a village.
It's
and none
natural,
of it,
man.
And none of it all. It
We're
doesn't
all-
all work.
We're all made of shit. It's natural. Go ahead, Will.
How long after starting to date someone do you take
one
until
day.
you poop
One night.
in
On their head.
in their home?
15 years and counting.
No, any time is the number one answer. You go ahead and poop. 1 to 4 weeks is second. And never? There are people who do that. I'm never going to poop near that other person.
I feel sorry for their butt.
And finally, for today, the comfortability by location and relationship status. Pooping at home is number 1. A family member's home comes in number 2. Work or school number 3. This is where you feel comfortable pooping. The last places you would ever want to poop
The
are
DMV.
a restaurant,
Ooh, that is a good one, right?
the mall, or a bar.
Yeah,
Oh,
pooping at bars
bars
sucks.
so bad. One time I destroyed the toilet in a bar, and I felt so bad because I just couldn't help it. I had to go so bad, and so many people were coming in to pee, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "I know."
What about CBGB? CBGB in New York had a toilet sitting right up there on a box, on a riser, with nothing around it, so everybody can watch.
I just can't think of anything worse than urine on my butt cheeks.
No lock
Will,
on
I
the
could talk to you about
door.
this all day, but we have to go.
Ah,
Don't die.
Damn it! I was just starting to poop.
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
They've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh, yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft, and at The Jason Ellis Show.
Oh, God, he's going to spin. You should definitely snowboard for sure. You will be a sick snowboarder.
The Jason Ellis Show is also available whenever and wherever you want it, on demand with the SiriusXM app or on your computer.
It is mind-boggling.
What's going on?